yeah, I mean, that's part of it. But like, there's this guy, he's driving like this minivan, or not a minivan. It was like a big old van.
Yeah.
And he's like rolling up to Jack in the Box, and he's at the drive-thru, and the people are like, hey, what would you like? You know, or what would you like, some tacos? And he looks over, and the bobblehead's speaking to him, and it's the Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
And he's like, you should get the tacos. And he's like, how many should I get? And he was like, you should get 20. He's like, that's what I was thinking. That's my favorite
I
commercial.
feel like I've seen that commercial.
Oh,
Either I've
I'm
seen it
sure.
or you told me about it
Oh,
when we were on a
probably.
call or
It's
something.
one of my favorites.
I was in that commercial as a child.
Oh,
We are recording.
Oh,
we are?
Yeah,
Oh, it's part of
we
it?
are.
Welcome to the Daves of our lives. The opinions, comments, and views expressed on this podcast do not reflect the opinions or views of Dave, or any other Daves. All comments should be taken as parody and or satire. Thank you for listening.
So
And we're live.
And we're live.
we're not live.
I know, but
But maybe one day.
when you guys get the hang of it, maybe 40 episodes in.
Let's shoot for 100.
100. That would be like, at our rate, 5 years.
I wonder what the
No,
average
it
is when
wouldn't.
they, like, those guys.
If
we
we
do
did
like
I
20
don't know.
episodes a year.
Yeah, it's like 26.
Well, that's
Same
if
as-
we're like,
We record on the pay period, Dave.
you're getting paid?
Not for
okay,
this.
but then it's
No.
it's 4 to 5 years. That's a long way.
Yeah, well, hopefully that gives us time to get Dave Chappelle on.
Oh, yeah, that'd be awesome.
That'd
Yeah.
Can I
be
also
awesome.
be here, but just like in the
I
background?
just want to be present for it.
If Dave
We might have
Chappelle
to, like,
comes, we'll
book a
bring
studio.
all of the other Daves.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, that'll be a Dave
That's
fest.
super Dave.
And it would be like one of those things where you have like Dave Chappelle and then like different Daves come in and we hold like the red green flag. What is that thing? It's like a debate thing. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
So on YouTube, they'll get like a controversial person or somebody interesting and they'll
Oh,
have
you're talking
like
about
opposing.
Jubilee.
Yeah, Jubilee. So we do like a Jubilee with Dave Chappelle in the middle and nothing but
And all the
Daves that
other
have been on the
Daves.
other Dave, on the Daves of our lives.
That sounds like a good plan. I like it.
I mean, I don't know if he'll agree to it.
I mean, I tagged him on a post on Instagram.
And how did that go?
Hey,
I haven't heard anything yet. I don't know.
That's
He's
crazy.
busy. He's a busy
He's
guy.
a busy guy. It was his official Instagram page. So, Dave Chappelle, you see that, hit me up.
Big fans.
Big fan.
The biggest.
Yeah. Because we're all Dave.
Yeah.
Speaking of, this is our second Dave guest that we have. We've got, of course, my co-host Dave and I'm Dave O.
I am also a Dave M.
Yeah.
I like how he emphasized the M and not the
I'm not as yummy.
I don't know, Dave. I would say
That's
you're
not the
pretty
rumor on
yummy.
He's
the
like,
street.
oh, and
And as we decided, that spells mom.
yeah,
Yep. MOM.
yep.
We'll figure these out as we go.
Yeah.
I've got a Dave B on the
That
and
spells
and
mom.
another and then a Dave H. So we've got a few.
Are we not using last names then?
No, we can use last names.
Oh,
It's just how
okay.
we intro.
Oh,
intro.
yeah.
Is
That's
this are these Daves? How do you mostly get in contact with these
fine.
Daves?
So far, it's been people that have been in my network already.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
people I'm already connected with.
All right.
I've been thinking we need to get T-shirts,
I have a few Daves that I've met on the golf course that I'm going to try to get on.
but I think I
T-shirts.
just need a T-shirt that says "My name is Dave. Ask me how."
Not why.
Well, I'm thinking about like I lost 50 pounds. Ask me how buttons, but just my name is Dave.
I-
Ask me how.
I
don't
think
know.
I need some more explanation on.
What, you've never seen those buttons that people wear?
No,
I mean, maybe it's dating me, but people would like lose weight
is this
and
like a Weight
a weight-
Watchers
yeah,
thing?
like
that's
a
what
Weight
I was
Watchers
thinking,
thing or something, and they'd have like a button that would say like I lost 50 pounds. Ask me how.
Oh, a sales pitch. That's what it is.
Yeah. So my name is Dave. Ask me how. Well, when a man and
So
a
do we
woman,
want buttons or T-shirts?
I want T-shirts that
T-shirts.
say my name is Dave. Ask me how.
Okay,
Because
Or
my
why?
dad was a Dave.
my dad
Because of
named-
your mom.
Because of my daddy.
Because of my dad. My dad wanted to name me Dave.
Actually, my mom and dad wanted to name my oldest brother David, And they ended up not. They were like, maybe not. He looks more like a Greg. So they named him Gregory David. So my oldest brother's middle name is David.
Your first name?
Is my first name.
Is your middle name
Gregory?
No,
Gregory?
No, not even close. But I have a fun story about my middle name. So if we ever get around to that.
I think we'll get around to it probably
Okay.
pretty quick
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Well, let's get started.
Yeah. Okay.
Dave O, do you have any questions that you want to start with?
I don't have any questions.
We did not use AI this time.
No, we didn't. Last time we interviewed Dave, I plugged in his Facebook and LinkedIn profile into
great.
ChatGPT.
Oh, yeah.
It said generate some podcast questions based on these, and it was not a good result.
Oh, really?
Yeah, AI had some hallucinations about where he lived and where he worked.
Ooh,
So we decided not to do that this time.
good.
I do want to introduce how I know David Milius. Dave. He's going to go by.
I'm going to go by Dave tonight
on the
Is it
podcast
for
He's a
the
Dave.
sake of
For the-
days of our lives.
Appreciate
We have knighted him, Sir Dave,
it.
with the Stormbreaker.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
there's a
there you go.
Stormbreaker in the background. We
I
normally have
saw that and I was like, what is that called?
We
Like,
need to use that tonight. The
I'll have
days.
I'll have to tell a story about that and how it came about. But Dave is a funeral,
correct.
but he was one of the funeral directors at the mortuary that I lived at.
When you performed what job was that, Dave O?
Body acquisition.
Yeah, that's a good term. That's a very political.
That's a good body acquisitioner.
Removals,
Body removal.
first calls.
So
Yeah.
I
removals.
never asked you this before, but what is your body count? Body acquisition count?
I did not keep track. It
Feels
was
weird to
more
ask
like
this far into our friendship.
it's more like an average.
Yeah.
Like when I was on call, I think the most was probably 5 or 6 in a night.
Holy
Yeah,
crap,
that's a busy
bit-
night.
That's a busy
Yeah.
night, man.
Yeah.
You
How
were
are you?
probably on me with one of the
Probably. Oh, remember that time we took a nap in the where was that at? We took a nap
Was it in a
in
parking lot?
a gas station parking lot because we
Like
had
in
been-
the hearse?
Oh, because we had
No,
to go
in
all the way
the-
down to
we
like
were in
Utah
a-
County. didn't
Yeah,
we?
we went to Utah County and then we got
I think we
one.
had to come all the way up to Brigham, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For another
and we
one.
got so tired that we were like, let's stop in this gas station parking lot and take a nap. And we took a nap in the van together.
With, I think we had a body in there.
Did-
I think we may have.
I thought we had.
I don't
dropped-
know.
I thought
Maybe-
we had dropped it off. I don't.
You're
remember.
probably right.
It was, and it wasn't even as far as. I don't even think it was as far
I
as
think it
Brigham
was
City.
American
It was.
Fork.
No, I thought. Well, I think we
Oh,
went
when
to
we came
American
north?
Fork, but when we came north, we were going to the hospital. We were going to McKay-Dee.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, but it
There's
was
no shame in pulling over and taking a nap. They
Oh,
have signs that
it
say
was
if you're
sweet.
drowsy.
It was a
It's-
very tired night.
It's the
Yes.
fact that you had a body in the car with you.
I don't know. I think we might have dropped it off.
I-
You might have dropped it off.
I think you're
I
probably
don't
right.
remember.
but
I
either
think you're
way,
probably
That was a long time ago.
there's
That
only
was
so
like-
much
we're like
caffeine can do.
11 years
Sometimes
ago.
you
That
do
was
have to
like-
10
sleep.
years ago.
That was like 3 or 4 kids ago. Yeah.
It was 3 kids ago for me.
See, 11 years ago. How many kids ago was that for me? Are we counting biological or just the ones I
Just
acquired?
how many have you acquired in the
Yeah.
last 11 years?
Oh, how many children have I acquired in the last 11 years?
Yeah.
4.
Sounds between you and yours, hers, and Mason.
Yeah. Anyway, okay.
Probably a story behind that.
Yeah.
I don't know how to approach it.
We did like 3 episodes.
No,
on,
no,
like,
you're not
previous
interviewing
marriages
us.
and
We're interviewing
divorces.
you.
Oh, good.
Okay. Tell us about you. Let's start. Where are you
You
from?
grew up in Southern California.
I did. My wife and I, we grew up in Southern California and in a city called Ontario, California.
Ontario, California.
Yeah. So a lot of people think, oh, is that Canada? No, it's just named after Canada.
It's
But-
St. Petersburg,
close.
Florida, Moscow, Idaho.
Yeah, it
The
was
Middle East,
Paris,
United
Texas.
States.
it was like founded.
Middle East, United States.
It was
It was not catching on.
It was like founded
It's
by
good.
some Canadians that had
Oh,
migrated
okay.
from
Okay.
Ontario, Canada, and yeah, just named it million years. I don't even remember, but
You know what this reminds me of, based off of the weather being warm and not cold?
Yeah.
Ontario.
Ontario.
Well, they didn't call it like Southern Ontario
No.
or warm Ontario, Ontario.
Come to find out, there's like a lot of Ontarios throughout the states. There's like an Ontario, Oregon.
Oh yeah, I've heard of Ontario.
Yeah, they went and spread their
Sounds like an invasion to
They
me.
spread
Probably.
Canadian
Canadian invasion,
of cultures to spread. It's not a bad one.
giving everybody bacon.
They're like Johnny Appleseed.
What is this, ham?
Oh, this isn't ham. This is Canadian bacon.
This goes on a pizza.
But yeah, we grew up there, and we moved to Utah in 2006. Never looked back. I mean, we've visited home and things like that, but both of our parents both moved up to Utah since, and siblings and all sorts of people get this.
A lot of people from California moved to Utah.
Yeah,
Your
unfortunately,
parents,
I'm sorry.
siblings made
Yeah.
it this way.
Well, my sister lived in Layton when we first moved to Utah. I'm sorry. I'm not used to this. It like keeps as I turn my head back and forth.
Well, and what you need to do to like keep the sound is
Yeah.
you don't turn your head. You like
Oh.
lean your body.
because I'm focused on that. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
New.
So you can move your.
Okay.
We're trying to teach Dave how to podcast, even though we don't really know how to.
If
podcast.
I get a stiff neck, that
you're
type of
gonna
thing.
work out those
Oh.
abs.
Yeah, we moved to Utah 2006. My sister lived here for about a year, but then my wife's parents moved with like 7 of their kids. My wife
That's
is
a migration.
yeah, my
Yeah,
wife's one of 10. So and they're all both of my in-laws. They had all 10. It's
Like single pregnancies. None
yeah,
of these like
no twins, nothing.
no
Yes.
2-for-1s.
From
10 kids.
from my mother-in-law being from 17 to 41, she had a child every
2
1
years.
to 2 years.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
My sister has 11.
You said 17.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
They my wife's older brother was born when my mother-in-law was either 17 or just turned 8. And then just boom, 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 right after another until my most recent brother-in-law was born 1 year before my.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
That's the uncle like niece relationship that's interesting because
Yeah.
you're like, I'm your uncle.
Yeah.
Like, dude, we're a year apart.
Yeah, well, it was like a cousin type.
They feel like
relationship.
cousins more.
Yeah.
Yeah. My youngest uncle on my dad's side is I think 5 years older than me.
Hmm.
So
So it's not too uncommon, especially here in Utah,
Look, you have 10 kids.
Yeah.
This is going to happen.
But in California, 10 kids is like unheard of. You're either Mormon
yeah.
or Catholic.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
were the 2
Yeah.
religions that had a lot of kids in California. Like everything else was 1 or 2.
You know, I worked in California for a summer. I
Did
did
ya?
pest control sales
Oh, okay.
after my mission. So 2006,
Okay.
when you moved to Utah,
Yeah.
and never went back.
Good.
The people that I interacted with, well, even not just California, but kind of all over. Like when I first joined the military and I went to training, there were people who found out that I was Mormon.
Yeah.
And they're like, "You have a trampoline?"
Yeah.
I was like,
I was
"Yeah."
the only one in my neighborhood that had a
the
trampoline.
question.
That's young kids. That's the stereotype.
Yeah.
is
That's the
that you have
stereotype?
trampolines.
Green
That-
jello, horns, multiple wives,
Trampolines.
trampolines.
None of that other more like
Myths.
LDS stuff was
Is in
a thing in
California just
California. It was just trampolines. It
Yeah.
was like you were the kid in the neighborhood with the trampoline.
And you had all the friends
Yeah,
because you had a
It was
trampoline.
great. it was awesome. Like all
Just
the
for
kids.
clarification, there is no requirement in the religion to have a trampoline.
Not
No,
yet.
No,
Not
at all.
yet.
No, but all of us did.
Yeah.
My
Pretty
wife
su-
did.
Pretty
I
sure-
did.
Pretty
Uh,
sure there's some apocryphal text that says Jesus jumped on a trampoline.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna
I'm
find
sure.
it.
Yep, he jumped somewhere.
Actually, do you guys care for a side story about a trampoline?
This is the
Yeah.
podcast.
This is the
By the way,
podcast.
Dave.
Great.
Side stories.
Side stories are
thing.
great. I
So
love them.
when I went on my mission, I got stuck in Kentucky for a month waiting for my visa,
Hmm.
and I showed up on like I don't know the Wednesday, right? Because that's when everybody flies out, and within like a week maybe 8 days, we had zone conference. And I'm sitting there, and this elder walks in real gingerly with like a pillow and like a cane, and he sits on the front row. Mission president gets up and he's like, blah, 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 blah. And then partway through, he's like, look at elder so-and-so. He like got hurt on a trampoline. There's nothing in the handbook that says you can't jump on trampolines. You know, no horseback riding, no shooting guns, no fireworks,
No skydiving.
no swimming, no full court basketball. But apparently jumping on the trampoline isn't explicitly forbidden. And he's like, I would like to know, out of everyone here, there's like 50 people, how many of you have jumped on a trampoline on your mission? Like 6 elders raised their hands, and I was one of them.
Of course.
And he's like, Elder Matthews, you've only been here a week. I was like, we're at a neighbor's house. We're at a member's house. And they offered, and I partook.
I have a fun trampoline story from my mission.
Yes.
Okay,
Where did you serve? Dave?
I served in Colorado, but it encompassed like
Wyoming.
A part of Wyoming, but mostly Kansas, like
Okay.
the western half of Kansas. And I was in this
Okay.
little rural town outside of Hugoton, Kansas, which was way south. And I go to this member's house for dinner, and I'm jumping on the trampoline, showing all the kids all my tricks, my
Yeah.
backflips,
Because
and
you
all that
grew up
stuff.
with the trampoline.
Because I grew up with the trampoline.
Yeah.
And I go to do the splits.
Yes.
Rip the back of my pants wide open. So I was embarrassed, of course, and we were very far from our place. So we were like, oh, we got to stay for dinner. So they went and got me like their son's
Duct tape?
basketball shorts.
Oh, no.
And like I'm sitting at dinner in a white shirt, tie, and basketball shorts, and the mom's like in the background on the sewing machine fixing my pants. Like it was the best. It was so good. That's not the only trampoline story on my mission either, which is another embarrassing. Not even jumping on a trampoline. I helped a family move a trampoline in their backyard.
That can be dangerous work.
Moving it.
Yeah. Yep.
I was moving it, and they had me walk through the house, but I got to take my shoes off. And so I had just my socks on in their backyard. I'm sidestepping in their backyard
In socks.
right into a big
Yes.
fresh pile of
Of dog poop.
dog poo.
I love that so much.
And it just like kind of
I hate
filtered
dog
through. And I was like,
like soaked in.
it's soaked in. I just
It
like
permeated
peeled my sock
And
off,
threw it in the
away,
garbage.
and
Yeah.
just slipped my bare feet. Like I think I wiped them off. I can't even remember. It's so long ago. But it's a core memory. So
It's a core memory.
I did have a question for you. What is a memory or an event something significant in your life that you feel like shaped it?
that's really hard. Dang.
It doesn't have to
That's a
be the
deep
most.
question.
There's a
It doesn't have to be the most, right? But like, what's just something that
Probably,
that- like you feel like helped define you?
probably when I had decided to go into funeral service.
Okay.
One of my core memories is I had one of my best friends in high school, and this was like a month before I left on my mission. My friend's brother got in a car accident and had passed away. And there was a guy that was in my ward growing up that lived on his street that was an embalmed. And I remember him going to their house, just walking down the street and just saying, hey, let me take care of it, And that was like when it clicked in my head. That's what I want to do for the rest of my life, is be able to
Like
Be-
help, comfort,
help
Help.
in a way that nobody else can,
Yeah.
So that was one thing that I remember towards before my mission. I've had so many memories that I've forgotten since, but that's one of those things that
You're
remember.
drawn to wanting to help people
Yeah,
through a grieving process.
through in a way that I can, I guess, serve, but also make a
But
living
make a
at
living
the
doing-
same time.
Yeah.
That is interesting, because for me, it would be like, I don't have the emotion about this. Like, I just don't want to be around it. Like, I just don't know. I'm like, oh, sorry. Like, I feel it, but it's like,
Yeah.
I don't want to, I'm not. That's interesting to hear you be drawn to it but not like in a negative way, like taking the negative and applying like a really positive spin to it. Seeing that person willing to serve and reach out.
He was just able to do something that nobody I ever knew was able to, something that he could only do.
How old did you say you were?
I was probably 18 at the time.
Okay.
Maybe 17. It was right before my mission, so I had to be like 19.
19?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of years have passed, and I'm very my brain is not great anymore.
We're not going to fact check you.
Oh, that's great.
Not live.
Not live.
We don't live
No.
fact.
We don't fact check live.
Ever.
No, it was after high school. I had already thought about funeral service because of this guy was a funeral director in my ward. And so I thought it was like, oh, that's really neat. But then the minute he did that, I was like, there's nothing else I want.
Do you feel like it was a way to like connect with your friend and the grief that he was going through by kind of like honoring him, like your friend's brother's legacy type thing?
Not at all, because I actually didn't even get to go to the funeral because I left on my mission before everything went down.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
you
So
were
it was
really
I was
close.
right. It
You
was
had your
right
call.
before.
You were
Yeah,
ready
I had
to report.
I was heading out the door. I missed the funeral and I was gone. And then by the time I got home, his family was, still grieving, but time had passed where I couldn't go in and be able to console him.
Yeah. They were like, that was 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's like you're late.
You're dead
late
to
to the
us.
gate, bud. Plus, I hadn't gone to mortuary school. I needed to, like, I was like in I need to get married mode.
I got to find my eternal companion.
I gotta go to school. I gotta do all this stuff, and it was so far behind me at that point. I've reconnected with him a little bit over the years.
Okay.
He moved to Texas for a while, moved back to California, and I see my friends maybe every 3 or 4 years. My high school friends, every 3 or 4 years of when I make it down.
It's hard to stay in touch
Yeah.
unless you have something that brings you together.
Yeah, and so it's I haven't been the best friend could have been. The years.
Space,
Not the
space
worst
makes
friend.
Yeah,
Not the
space-
worst
like 3
friend,
to 4
but-
years. That's actually pretty often for
Yeah, it is. Like
people that
there's-
live out of state. I
Yeah.
think that's pretty good.
They all still live in California, so it's like they see each other all the time. It's me that
David's coming to town.
he's coming to town. We got to figure this out, and because my wife also grew up with them, it's nice because we can both get together.
Oh yeah.
So my wife actually knew all of my friends from high school long before I did, because I lived in a different area of the same city than my wife and all of my friends, but I was in kind of a ghetto area.
Ghettoer. That
ghettoer.
is the
That's
technical
the
term.
Technical term.
That's how you describe
Not
it.
And-
socioeconomically
No.
differentiated.
It was ghetto, and like my elementary's been shut down and condemned since.
Wow.
My junior
Okay.
high is
Meth will do
not
that.
not even the junior high has been closed down. Like I think they built new ones, but they renamed them. So like my schools aren't even where they used
Are the
to be.
buildings still there?
They use them for other things, like
Okay,
they
like
use,
a boys and girls club or something like that,
or like an adult night school or something.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad you said night school when you said adult.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
And then my wife lived in a little nicer area of our city. Same city. Ontario is very diverse. There's like a really wealthy area. Not that she lived in the wealthy area, but she lived in like a nicer area than I did. And then there was like really nice area.
Yeah.
And so there's like 3 or 4 high schools in our city.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah. So we went to the one of the 2 at the time. And since we graduated in 2000, 2 more high schools have been built.
Jeez.
So, how did you meet your wife?
Wait, we're all LDS, so
Do you and your wife
Yeah.
have different stories on how you?
Like
maybe.
if we were to interview her, how would
We were
she
gonna-
tell it?
I mean, we grew up together.
Okay, so
Like-
you grew up together.
Yeah, like my mom and my dad we were in the same ward growing up as LDS,
Yeah.
you know, and about junior high, our wards split. So she went to one ward, I went to the other because of the geographical area, and so we kind of for a couple of years there weren't, you know, around each other because we weren't in the same ward. But then, like in the 9th grade or just before 9th grade, our families took a little trip to the state line in like the Nevada, California state line.
Yeah, that
It's very
That
romantic.
state line.
the resort, like the state line
yeah,
casino, and
the Buffalo Bills or whatever.
yeah.
And we all stayed there, and we were like, it's like, ooh, I remember,
I remember you.
But I mean,
we're in Nevada. We're almost in Vegas. We could go get married.
yeah.
There's nothing like romance.
And so we at that point we kind of locked eyes, and we kind of liked each other from that point on, like as like romantically
Versus just like little kids.
Little kids, yeah. And so we dated in the 9th grade, my wife,
Okay.
and it was fun, you know.
Yeah.
And then I asked another girl to prom towards the end of 9th grade.
Oh man.
Were you guys exclusive when
Yes, we were.
Okay.
And I asked another girl to prom because I wanted to go to prom, but I couldn't go with my
You're now
wife, who you know was my girlfriend at the time. I had to go with an 11th grader.
Why?
Yeah, why?
Because I was a 9th grader. I was a freshman, and they wouldn't allow freshmen to just go by themselves.
Oh,
Do they have rules like
It
that?
was a
in
junior
dances?
prom?
It was like
was it junior prom, quote unquote junior?
I
so
don't
you
know
had to
what-
be in 11th grade.
you had to be in 11th grade
So
or
was it-
older to
Weren't
go.
you tall enough to pass for 11th
Oh,
grader?
absolutely. I was 6'2".
You had a beard then too.
I did not have a beard. I had no facial hair. This is all
Please.
fairly new.
I grew this morning.
Yeah. So I asked this other girl, kind of
11th
right in
grader.
front of her,
because you
and
wanted
she-
to go to prom.
because I wanted to go to prom, and it wasn't even like a romantic thing to go to prom. I just wanted to go to prom to dance. They like, I want to go to this dance because I had already been to several dances with my wife, her when we were freshmen.
Yeah.
At like several dances throughout the year, and I was like, but I want to go to prom. I was an
this
idiot.
impromptu? Like, did you just kind of blurt it out, or did you talk with her beforehand and say,
No,
"Hey"?
I did not tell my wife.
But you had been thinking about this.
Yeah, it was planned. There was balloons involved.
Oh, this was
It
not
so
a.
stupid.
This
It
wasn't
was
just
an
like,
elaborate asking.
"Hey, no one's asked you to prom. I'll go with you."
No,
since-
it wasn't even.
if you're
It was like
desperate.
it was like planned. I was like, oh, I'm gonna ask this girl with balloons, a yes and no type of deal.
Does she bring this up casually? And like,
it's not
Do you
often brought up.
remember when you were an idiot?
Yeah, it's not often brought up randomly. And
Your
so,
wife is a very forgiving
Well,
or forgetful person.
well, no, she's not forgetful. She remembers.
She's tolerant and forgiving.
No, she's tolerant.
As
is
all
is-
our wives are.
Yeah. But
Hey, can I ask? Did you ask a girl that you didn't find physically attractive?
she was my brother's.
Ex-girlfriend.
No. My brother had, when he was a senior in high school, baptized her and her whole family.
Oh, okay. So she's
And-
like a family friend.
And her sister is my brother's wife.
Her sister is your brother's wife. Okay.
She wasn't my brother's wife at the time because I think my brother was on his mission at
Okay.
the time.
Okay.
So
But-
this is your brother's sister-in-law still.
Correct. Still to this day.
Oh man.
We straight up, we sat with her last night watching baseball at my son's baseball game. The girl I asked to the dad in front of my wife. She was just random. Our kids were randomly playing baseball against each other at the same park.
That's
so we were like,
hilarious.
"Hey, what's up?" And we're good. It's all good.
You guys are
with
just
that
you're growing as
situation now.
friends.
Yeah.
So when you were dating your wife at the time, how did she react when you asked her right in front of her?
Oh, it was tragic. It was bad. So we broke up at that time,
Oh,
and
she's
Wait,
like,
we
I'm
broke
done.
up. She broke up with you.
she broke up with me. And apparently, it definitely was my fault. I admit that it was my fault.
I think
No.
it's one of those like good intentions, poorly executed.
Oh, terribly executed. um, so then my wife, like shortly thereafter, like in the 10th grade, I think it was, I started dating one of my wife's best.
Did you just like a vulture circling
I was
around?
I was not a good dude. Like I was really not. I'm not saying I'm great now, but
On our last episode, Dave compared me to Saul and Paul.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
like
Well,
Like my past,
transitioning, like-
yes. My past
but
life was
said-
like Saul.
Well, is that when you were David or Dave?
Yeah, it was David.
It was anything he did bad, all the streaking, all the things that were illegal. That was David.
Freaking, huh?
But then he
Yeah,
had.
well, you know, who hasn't?
This guy hasn't.
Oh,
I never said I
Not in
haven't.
public.
You don't know. I don't know either.
come on,
Anyway.
we're going streaking.
Who?
David's my dead name. Don't bring him up.
Don't dead name me.
Oh shoot, yeah. But
Anyway, so 10th grade, you're
10th grade,
dating, your
best friend's
I
wife.
started dating-
ex-girlfriend's
Best
best friend now, and
This
I
feels
dated her
targeted.
off and on for a couple of years, and my wife did not speak to her. Well, she at first was like, came to my house and was like, "Don't date her, please don't date her." And I was like, "I'm gonna date her, whatever, you know, who cares?"
Challenge
You know, I was
accepted.
again, I was a turd, you know.
Yeah.
And then so I dated that girl for a couple of years, and in between would break up and, you know, date other girls or whatever. And then closer to my mission, I sort of like reconnected and started talking to my wife again, but not date. And you know,
Did she write you?
she did write me on the
Okay.
mission. So we wrote back and forth, and we kind of revisited our past relationships and stuff, but I never made any commitments to her.
Did
or
you
anything.
apologize?
Of course I did.
If not, would you like to apologize to her now?
I am
Make it
sorry,
public.
honey. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry for fill in the blank. This is a
For
blanket
all of
apology for all
everything.
past,
Everything.
current, and future.
Yes, and future especially. You know. No.
So when you screw up in the future, you just bring this clip
Yeah,
up to
just
her and
here,
say,
let
I've
me-
already apologized.
I shared this, right? I shared
pre-apologized.
this through my, you know, it's like I shared this to you, right? I mean, I took care of this. And
This is like a confessional.
yeah. So yeah, so then
You were David back then.
I've been I've always. I
There's
don't know
the
what I was
stupidity
back
you were
then.
a David.
Oh yeah, I don't know what I was. Maybe I need to transition to Dave. Maybe
Yeah.
Dave
This
is
is
the good me. I
where-
don't know. Oh.
You're rising from the ashes.
Yeah,
Been
my-
converted.
My dad was a Dave, and he was a really good man, and so maybe
You should
there's
So
ask
your
him.
dad's name really is Dave?
yeah.
Oh,
They got
Right.
3 Daves in their family. Just one's a middle name. He's G Dave.
G Dave.
That sounds gangster.
Yeah, G Dave.
G Dave. Gregory Dave.
Gregory David is my brother. My dad is David Richard, and I'm David Leon.
David Leon.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Leon, that's very sophisticated.
Yeah, it's very fun. I only found out like 3 years ago where it came from.
Where did it come from?
Oh, fun story. I think
Yeah.
I mentioned it. It actually is a fun story. So I was working one day, and I was like, somebody asked me, "Oh, where does Leon come from?" I was like, I don't know. So I texted my mom, like, "Mom, where did you guys come up with the middle name Leon?" And she was like, "Well, it comes from your grandmother's very drunk boyfriend."
I was about to say, I think it's
That
like somebody's ex.
he was a very sweet man. We lived with him when I was pregnant with you, and so they lived in Price, Utah, right before
Oh, yeah. Okay.
they moved from California to manage a taco time in Price, Utah. I know that sounds weird.
I think it's still there.
It probably is. And my brother was born in 1979. They lived there for like a couple of more years, and then they moved back to California to actually make like a living. My dad went back to work in California, and while our house was being built, they lived with my grandma and this man named Leon McMahon. They called him Mr.
This
Mac.
man,
Yeah.
Leon McMahon.
I never met him because he had died
Oh.
like when I was very, very. So I never met the man, but they would always refer to him as Mr. Mac, which you know here in Utah is
Mr.
different.
Mac's the
yeah.
suit.
So
yeah.
I had no idea his first name was Leon, and that's who I was named after. But I guess he was a drinker, but he was very nice, and my grandma was his girlfriend, and they. So
Everybody's
Yeah.
got their vice.
I
It's
know.
true.
No, that's fun. Okay, sorry, we distracted you,
Okay,
which is
lots
totally
of side
easy.
stories.
This is
But I'm
how we
interested.
run the
Yeah.
So you
podcast.
wrote your now wife
Yeah.
on your mission.
Mm-hmm.
That's 2 years.
Yeah.
By the way, for anyone who hasn't been on a mission, letters are nice.
They are.
letters are nice.
I found out that we're going to do a quick side story. This is actually
Okay.
creepy. I went through my mission journal just like a month ago. It was just sitting there. I flip it. I'm just reading through. I have some comics I draw in there, so whatever. And I find that this girl wrote me, and her name is Sarah Smith. And I'm writing about this. And I
Sarah,
said,
I hope you find this and you comment on the video.
I was like, I don't know who this girl is. This is now the second time a girl who I don't know has written
Wait,
on my mission.
Wait. You didn't know her.
I could not tell you who she was.
Like now you don't know who she is, or
No.
then you didn't know.
Then
who
I did not know
what?
who she was.
How did she get your address?
I don't know.
I
Dave
blame
Matthews.
the stool pigeon.
The stool pigeon probably could have
She
been.
was trying to write Dave Matthews, the
the
guitarist.
band. I heard Dave Matthews, the guitarist, is a Mormon. Anyway, so I'm like, yeah, I'm just writing her. You know, she seems nice. And then I like flipped through, and I think we wrote like 2 times or whatever, and then it just like dropped off.
She never sent a picture.
My ex-wife's name is Sarah, and after we divorced, she married a Smith, and her legal name is Sarah
Sarah
Smith now.
Oh my.
That's pretty.
Okay, anyway, go back
Quick
to your
side
story,
story.
which
Okay.
is way cooler.
So I wrote 3 girls, well, like kind of consistently throughout
Okay.
my mission.
Yep.
Let me guess.
Yep.
Your first girlfriend, your second girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
and then like I don't know, your best friend's ex-girlfriend.
No, not an ex-girlfriend of anybody that I know, but a girl that was also in our, like my wife and I, and this other girl were in the same ward growing up. And so my wife and this girl, the third girl, not my girlfriend from high school, which was my wife's best friend, she did not grow up LDS. She was not, she was part of a different church.
Yeah.
But this other girl that I always found attractive, you know, through high school, and I just never got around to dating.
You were too busy.
I was busy, you know. And so I wrote her on my mission, and so I wrote her, wrote my ex-girlfriend and my wife.
Did your wife know that you were writing other girls?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
he did. Because we were on our mission, we were not, there was no
Lovey-dovey,
commitments or,
smoochy.
you know,
You
we
locked your heart.
yeah, we, you know, dabbled in it, and I was like, I'll be home in July, whatever, 2003.
I'm gonna kiss you like it's 1999.
We never, yeah. And so like first day I got home was on like July 5th, and it took like 5 hours. My wife was expecting me maybe to pop in.
Yeah.
But back then it like took like 8 hours to get like released. So I'm
Oh.
sitting at the stake center. Other missionaries are visiting with the stake presidency and getting released. And so I'm sitting there, and it took forever. Finally, like at like 7 p.m., I was done getting released, and I drove right over to her house. And she had
You didn't even go home first. You went straight to her house.
I mean, your parents you
I
were with your
changed.
parents, right?
until I got released.
Okay.
And then I think I went home and changed. Whatever.
Yeah.
And then went to her house, and she at this point had given up. She was like,
She
he's
thought
not
there was
coming.
nothing.
He's not
She had,
coming.
like,
She was
had
waiting
the,
8
the
hours.
green mask on and the cucumbers.
She had dressed down. She was just in this like dirty paint shirt, and like
Perfect.
I
That's
walk
awesome.
up to her house, and her sister's like gardening or something, or digging in the front lawn and flower bed. And I was like, "Is Kristen here?" And she's like, Kristen, there's a guy here for you. And she was like, oh my gosh, he came. And so the rest is
You
history.
give her the
know?
biggest. Was she the first to like hug?
Yeah. She was
In
the
like
first one I saw.
2 years.
Yeah.
Other than your mom.
Other than my mom, and when I was on my mission, I'm not confessing to anything that happened on my mission, but
Statute of limitations.
That's because you were David back then.
yeah. But I was one of those missionaries that kind of flirted convert. There was no hugging or
could see
anything,
that.
but I would talk to girls. So there was girls that thought I was coming back for them.
Listen, you can't just help. Like sometimes being nice.
Yeah.
Here's the truth: is if you are being nice
Yeah.
to a girl and you are attractive to them, they will think that you're flirting.
Yeah.
It's the same for men. Because if a very attractive woman to you is nice to you, you're like,
yeah,
she likes me.
I
It's
guess.
the same
Yep.
treatment from a girl that you don't find attractive. She's just a very friendly, unattractive girl.
She's a good friend. She's a sweet spirit.
It's the same. It's the same behavior. It's just, are you attracted or not changes your perspective.
And when I was a
Sure.
missionary, I was a fairly handsome guy. I was pretty fit,
He had a tie,
I had a
white
tie,
shirt,
White
was
shirt,
gym
tie,
shorts.
clean cut.
the short white shirt. I was,
yeah.
shape.
Sometimes I flexed and it ripped. They sewed it back up for me.
So,
That same family.
the same fan. No, that
I
and
tore another one. I'm sorry.
So like I went. I saw my wife first when we got home, and it was. The rest is history. I did go and talk to the other girls that I had written on my mission just to feel it out.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. Of course.
Went to the ex-girlfriend's house and talked to her, but it just didn't feel right. And nothing ever came of that. And then one of the Sundays following me getting home, I went and spent time at the third girl's house, and I'm sitting in this big, elaborate, fancy house looking. I was like, I can't live. I was like,
she's gonna have huge
she's gonna have
expectations.
huge expectations, and
Yeah.
I walked away from that. I was like, I can't do that. And I love my wife because we have almost the same thoughts at all times, same expectations for life, same religious thoughts and feelings and everything.
Yeah.
When we're high on the religious train, we're there together. When we're low on the religious train, we're low.
Okay.
So we've kind of grown together and just kind of we just stayed.
You guys are equally yoked.
Exactly.
The phrase
Yeah.
that I was that somebody used when I was dating right before Lara, cut from the same cloth.
Yeah.
And he's
Uh-huh.
like, don't go marry your sister, but marry somebody into a family that you could have been raised.
Yeah.
And so when you're talking about like sitting in this house and like it's super fancy,
Yeah.
and you're like, okay, how many butlers have I counted?
No, it wasn't that fancy.
But I had that situation where I was dating a girl and she was like a teacher. This was right before Lara, and I was like, blah blah blah. She lives in Nevada. She's like, oh yeah, my dad bought me a house. And I was like, oh. I'm like, your dad? And she's like, oh yeah. And she's like, how much money do you make? And I told her. She's like, oh, that's crazy. My dad's never made less than $250,000 a year. And I was like, I don't think I can afford to.
Yeah.
That's how
Like,
I felt.
and she wasn't being like she lived a pretty chill lifestyle,
Mm-hmm.
but it was just meeting like the family's expectations. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to work for your dad. And that's
I have
not
to work for your dad.
Yeah.
I will be your dad's butler.
be like, what's up, Mr. G? I married your daughter. You got a job for me?
I need you to hire me.
Oh man. Yeah, that's what I felt. I felt most comfortable with my wife because one, both parents knew each other already. Like my mom and dad and her mom and dad, they served in callings adjacent to each other in the church. My sister's actually closer to age to my in-laws than my in-laws are to my parent. My parents are much older than my
That's
in-laws.
interesting.
Because I'm the youngest in my family, and my
yeah.
sister is 10 years older than me.
Got it.
My wife is one of the oldest. She has one older brother, and so her parents were young when they first started having kids. Obviously, I told you the age.
Yeah.
And so, like, my sister double dated with my father-in-law and mother-in-law when she was in her early 20s.
So great.
That's funny.
Yeah, and my sister babysat some of my now in-laws.
In-laws.
It's crazy
That's funny.
connection that my wife and I have, and so it feels so good. Like when my wife went to my father-in-law, was like, "I'm marrying David Milius," and he was like, "What?" Little D was my
Wait.
Little
You
D?
didn't go ask for her hand?
I
She
didn't.
just
I was
she just went
again.
up and said,
I was crappy. I'm telling you. Okay. And so she tells my father-in-law, and I went by Little D as a kid.
as one does who is tall.
Yeah. And so, like, she goes to her dad and says, "Dad, I'm marrying David Milius." And he's like, "Little D? The one that farts at the dinner table?" He knew,
That's how he remembered
that's how
you.
he remembers me. You know,
Did you
like,
say, "Excuse me, sir, that's when I was David"?
that was,
I'm Big D.
how do you
now.
know? I don't
Big D.
I'm Big D now.
I don't used I still do.
Still do.
I let one rip at the temple this morning.
Oh man.
Accidentally?
No.
No. He thought it was gonna be quiet.
I don't
Yes,
usually say this,
the-
but you're going to hell, man.
The decibel was accidental.
The decibel, but not the
Good thing
They got good air filtration there.
Good thing. Were you sitting?
Yes.
At the
Well,
time.
okay. We
Okay.
were outside, right
Oh.
next to the door, waiting for
Okay,
the youth.
you weren't
and
in. If you
I
weren't
said
past,
I said at.
you weren't past the recommend.
Oh well.
No, we had not gone past the recommend.
That's
desk.
just on temple ground.
My son just took pictures at the new Syracuse temple for his mission. I
Yeah.
did like 10 times
Yeah,
outside.
yeah.
So
just let
that's
him rip.
not that's
It's
not
unhealthy to hold it in.
that's not a brag.
So a colleague of mine brought up a question. Yes.
You're married. You're
Here-
married the guy that farts at the temple and the table.
And at the
dinner
table.
Whoops. Yep.
I
I could never be
side-
more proud of you.
Side
she
story.
really
Sorry,
doesn't
go
like
ahead.
to go ahead.
A colleague of mine brought up this question, philosophical, if you will. If you're farting on purpose and you poop your pants, is it still called an accident?
You should.
I have an answer for this.
That's
I
hard to
said
know.
no. It's called an on purpose.
It's not on purpose instead of an on accident. That's good.
Mine is not if you're over 40. You should know
Not
better.
if you're over.
You can never trust a fart
No.
after 40. That check valve only works so many cycles, and it is untrustworthy.
It
past
is.
40.
It is so bad. Yeah, it's like I can't trust them. I have to feel them out now. But once I know they're good to go, it's like,
Let him rip.
yeah.
Let
You're
him rip.
like, what's the moisture content? Don't push that.
Now, the only place I'm not allowed to fart in my house is
Just
in
at
bed.
the dinner table. Oh.
No, at dinner table too. But
We have
she
the
doesn't
rule-
like me to do that. And
Yeah,
but-
no,
You
not
did-
at
you-
the table, not in our bed. Like when the
Yeah.
kids come in and they like cuddling in bed, Mason will be like, I'm like, dude, like not at the table and not in my bed.
You've done one too many covered wagons. She doesn't allow that
no,
anymore.
there's not.
I've
One
None
too
of
many.
that.
I
She's-
think any
Is
too
too many. One was too many for sure.
I still push that.
Yeah, I know she's not tolerant of that anymore. But
It was funny the first time.
I don't
This
know
is
if it
like-
was.
Wasn't even funny the
It wasn't
first
even-
time.
It's still funny to you. Have you guys seen the Family Guy episode where Peter Griffin's in the car with his daughter? So he's in the car.
Is this the one where they're going to college?
I don't know any context beyond this. He's in the car and he's like, it's Meg, right? The
Yeah.
daughter. He goes, Meg, I'm going to teach you how to love your husband. And he's sitting there and she's like, oh, and she like tries to roll down the window and she's like, it's locked. And he's like, breathe it in. Breathe it in. And she's like, I can taste it. He's like, good. This is how you can show you that you love your husband.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Wives, take note to the wisdom of Peter Griffin.
Well, and for me, it's a very monumental moment in a relationship when you both feel comfortable farting in front of each other.
I shared this.
Oh, and she does. My wife does.
Oh,
She's,
good. Yeah.
But she's allowed to fart anywhere. I'm not allowed to.
Her
I'm
farts
sorry,
are
again,
rainbows
yours are
and roses.
Yeah,
yours are embarrassing.
perfume.
Hers are perfect.
Yeah.
I shared this with you,
Yeah.
Dave. The first date with Sheena. First date. I let it rip.
How many dates until she reciprocated your act of love?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to ask her.
You didn't
I
write
can't
it in
remember.
your journal?
I farted
Yeah.
for
This is like I
First
told
day.
her I love her,
First day.
Yeah.
and then 10 dates later she told me she loved me back through farting.
I think the verbal "I love you" came before the reciprocal fart. The
Well,
flatulence
her
didn't match.
priorities are weird.
We were not equally yoked in our flatulence.
I feel like if somebody was like aliens were commenting on human behavior, they're like, the male lets out the fart to let the female know he's interested.
like we're part of National Geographic.
Yes,
and
for
they're
aliens. The female is intrigued. She breathes in.
she
deeply.
breathes it in. Now
The
she's showing
pheromones.
her anger towards him. But this is a sign of mating.
Ankles have been
The
exposed.
flushed cheeks are a sign that she is interested.
She breathes deeply and walks away. Not her type.
Not his pheromones. Whatever.
Okay, this just goes back to we're all 13-year-old boys.
We are all 13-year-old
that just happen to be trapped in adult bodies.
Yeah, and bodies that backs hurt and my ankles and I've got the gout.
You've got gout?
I've had gout. Yeah, it's gouty arthritis. I got it when I thought I was getting healthy one time, and I sent my body into like ketosis, but
Oh my
in like
gosh.
the most unhealthy way. And all of a sudden, like all of my ankle felt like I was walking on glass. And I walked into the doctor's office. He said, "Oh, you got gout." I
Your
was
joints are crystallizing.
yeah,
Sorry.
So they gave me medicine and told me to avoid high protein diets and
Oh my gosh.
because
that
you're
works.
yeah. Is it getting better?
Yeah, I know. I every once in a while I might think I feel it in like my toe joint, but it's never been this. I just eat whatever I want. So I was eating too much protein and fish,
Okay.
and I threw my body balance all over. It was not like monitored by a doctor at all, but like so now they
I was
say
eating 500 grams of protein
They
a
were-
day.
I
No,
lost
he was
like-
eating like nothing but protein.
Yeah,
would
I
be
was
my
eating
guess.
nothing
He
but
was on a carnivore diet.
yeah.
Was it carnivore?
Yeah, it
So
was 100%. It was mostly fish, and they
Okay.
said that was like the worst way to do it.
'Cause you
And
probably weren't getting like enough nutrients because it
Yeah.
wasn't fatty enough.
yeah, and it was bad, and I lost tons of weight really
Yeah,
fast,
I bet
like
you did.
but man, gout hurts.
I don't want to ask this question, but I
Mhm.
know our listeners are going to be upset
Yeah,
if I
go for-
don't.
yeah.
How did this affect your farts? Not the gout, but the diet.
The diet.
Pretty beefy.
Yeah.
From fish.
Water makes me fart. I don't know why. Dude, anything does. I don't. I'm a gassy dude, you know.
That's obviously wild trout
Hmm.
with a hint of.
Alaskan salmon.
Is
Yeah.
that spam?
lots of fake like imitation crab.
Oh,
I was eating
which is
salmon,
fish.
which is fish. It's like a white fish.
Yeah.
I was eating lots of
Tilapia.
canned tuna, tilapia. I was making like mock lobster with like a tilapia type of thing where you boil it in sugar water. Have you
Oh
ever
wow.
done that?
no.
Okay.
It kind of like sweetens
Sweetens
up
it
the
up,
meat,
so
and you dip
tastes
it in
more like-
butter, and that
Tastes like a lobster.
it tastes like it's literally called like either mock lobster or poor man's lobster, and it's
Oh.
so good.
I'm gonna have to try
It's
that.
so unhealthy though. It's like you
It's
you
like
pour like 2
sugar
cups
and
of
butter.
sugar and water, and you think you're eating
called-
healthy, and you're really
Called
not.
the Ghetto Ontario lobster.
Yeah. Exactly. Hey, you're getting it. You're getting it. So
It's just like home. While your wife's in her neighborhood or your ex-girlfriend, you're like, is that real lobster? I can never meet
Yeah.
your expectations. I'm sorry.
you chop it into cubes too, so it makes you feel like you're eating like
tofu?
it's the strangest way to do it, but it's delicious.
It's delicious.
I bet
I can't
it's-
knock
yeah.
it.
enough hot sugar on stuff. And
Just
it
look,
tastes good.
yeah, like go online and like type
Poor
in like
man's lobster.
poor man's lobster or mock lobster, and you'll find recipes.
Just so you know, anytime people tell me to Google anything, I think the best thing to do is just skip the text search and just go to pictures. Take the gamble.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do that.
It looks good too, though.
Does it?
Yeah, you'll.
You're gonna find some Urban Dictionary
I'm
definition.
gonna have to
and
try
it's
this.
gonna be
Yeah.
like some messed up. Like,
Oh, I don't want to know what Urban Dictionary has to say about poor man's lobster.
I know.
Oh,
Ghetto Ontario lobster.
yeah. Don't probably not add the Ontario part in. 'Cause, I love seafood. And side story, back to my mission.
Okay.
I was in Garden City, Kansas, and serving in a
So, landlocked.
yeah. It was like middle of nowhere. Four elders and two sisters
in the Middle East.
Yeah, it was so in the middle of nowhere. We went to a Chinese buffet, and they had cold shrimp on ice.
Oh no!
So me and this other elder, which was a Spanish elder in the area, and we were like, yes, we got shrimp, and we were eating them. We probably pounded 30 shrimp to eat. We got so sick. We not like a normal botulism. It was like the worst food poisoning I've ever had.
Both
it
ends.
was. We were taking turns. Our companions went off to each other for like 3 days, and did their thing, and we just stayed in the apartment, going back and forth in the bathroom because we were like shrimp. Yeah.
Are you still friends with this guy?
I actually don't even remember his name. I don't remember his name. I remember my companions.
He remembers the shrimp.
We remember. I bet we both remember the situation, but I don't remember his name at all. So, but
I did a 3-day split a couple times.
Did you?
And I'm good friends with him now. It's Tom.
Oh yeah, Tom.
Yeah. Had him
Dave
on.
does another podcast called The Simple Man's Gospel. I got to visit one. And then you never did an episode again.
We need to do another episode.
Yeah.
We will. It'll happen.
I'm
Anyway.
a pretty simple man.
Yeah. Yeah. We're all pretty simple.
So
fun stuff.
you guys got married?
Yep, we got married in 6 months after I got home from my mission.
Okay.
We were.
I mean, you guys
So it was
knew
what,
each other. Like,
2003?
I'm surprised
Yeah,
you waited
we
that
didn't-
long.
We didn't have to really think about it. I did when I gave her the ring. We were already engaged when I gave her our engagement ring, but I didn't have a lot of money, and my parents weren't giving me money for an engagement ring, and I had no job at this. And so I might have been working at UPS. I can't remember. It's all a blur back then. But I went to Arizona from California because my sister was living in Arizona, and my brother-in-law still had access to the Air Force base because he was in the Air Force.
Okay.
Or he I think he was discharged at that time, but still had access, to the base exchange.
I
Yeah.
feel like you're gonna say that you can get like good deals for jewelry,
Yeah.
or there's a lost and found from like
No
divorced
lost-
people that are like, she just left the ring, I don't
They
want
just
it.
You don't.
to the
Okay,
Edmonds
fun.
attic.
You don't pay tax at the base exchange.
Oh, why would you?
Yeah, so
It's government.
we went. There was a jewelry store at the base exchange. So I got our wedding ring on credit, of course, at the time with no tax at the Air Force Base in Arizona. It was a turnaround trip. I drove to Arizona, got the ring, drove back to California, walked in the front door all tired, and got down on one knee and with the ring. I was like, yeah.
So romantic. You might have farted.
I might have. It was.
And was she like, oh, I didn't know you were coming? She's like in
No,
her
she was
pink
actually
clothes.
at my house when I
Waiting?
waiting. So
It's been 8 hours again, David.
yeah,
It should be officially proposed to by now.
like she was
Depends on
sitting
traffic.
in our like family room with my dad, not even my mom, just sitting on the couch. My dad was in a recliner, and I walk in. I was like, "Here's the ring," But I got down on one knee, like I was actually being romantic, but it wasn't romantic at all.
Feigned romance.
Yeah, that's how my marriage has been too.
Just
It's
fake it
real
till you make
just
it.
casual.
really, really like forethought out, things that I try to do for
yeah.
her.
I get that. Dave has a spreadsheet he follows.
No.
That's what you said last time.
No, I had a spreadsheet while I was dating because there was a lot of women to keep straight.
Oh.
But apparently that makes me autistic. Um, that's what the therapist told
I
us. or
seem
the
to remember a
psychiatrist.
story of a recent fallen from grace social media influencer that was in the church that had a list of men in her closet. Familiar with the Ruby Frankie story?
I know who that is.
I know who that is, but I
Yeah.
didn't know anything about.
I don't know
like,
anything
men
about-
in a closet.
Oh, you ought to.
She's got a list.
Oh, you ought to watch the documentary. on it.
Okay, we'll watch a documentary,
Yeah,
and then we can talk about it next.
we can. If you want?
Like
If
I
you
just
want,
know
we can talk about it offline.
She's just the one that like was crazy. The
Oh, she's
internet.
nuts. Yeah,
There-
she
there
thought
was
her
some,
she thought her
like-
kids were
I don't
possessed by
wanna
the
use-
devil.
No,
I
no,
don't
no,
wanna
no,
use
that's
crazy.
not.
That's
That's
not
not
nice
Ruby
to say.
Frankie.
That's
that,
Ruby Frankie.
That you're talking about the people up in Idaho.
No.
So
No.
Ruby Frankie also thought her
Oh,
kids
yeah.
were possessed by the devil.
Yeah,
Yeah, she
that's
thought
why
they were
she had them
evil,
locked
like-
up in her therapist's basement
Yeah.
Oh,
in St. George.
Yeah.
So this must be contagious.
Yeah,
She was on the she had that where she was on YouTube
Yeah,
for
she
a
was
long
big on
time
YouTube.
and like presented as like this big happy family and
Yep.
behind the scenes she was like saying crazy things about her kids and then and then she got in cahoots with her therapist.
Yep.
And they kind of brainwashed each other and her husband went one way and like the kid
They
escaped and
were-
went to
yeah.
next door neighbor's house.
it was a sad situation. I think that
I
I
didn't
think
know
it
about
probably progressively got worse, and I think the
Yeah.
fame of the social media like was not a net benefit for the family.
yeah.
Her reasons for
oldest
doing
child-
it weren't good.
The oldest child in that family speaks out against like child influencers and the dangers there. The unfair compensation, right? You have these kids on this YouTube under this LLC for
yeah,
this YouTube channel, and you're not paying them as an employee.
they require like in I think for actors and stuff, you have to set aside a certain percentage of money for children.
Yeah, into a trust or something, and that's what
So-
she's advocating for. Anyway,
So speaking of like child labor, Dave and I
Uh-oh.
both have 2 sons that are 8 years old, and I want to just set them down
and have
turn
them
the
talk
camera
and
on
see what happens,
and just walk away
That'd be cool.
and then see what they do.
what
just-
do they talk about?
Like, what do 8-year-olds talk about? Like,
Well, and they're both
Here's what-
space cadets.
I'm
It'd
sure
be
it'd be
hilarious.
Minecraft. They would talk about Minecraft.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and maybe
probably.
we give them like a couple
Roblox or
talking points and just be like,
We could try.
Roblox, go.
Roblox go, Minecraft go. Like, what's something they could like? Kids YouTube, favorite kids YouTube. How do you feel about Blinky the clown, construction clown, or whatever?
I don't know. Flippy.
Blippy, there we go.
They can
Um,
talk. Oh,
I
they
don't
don't
even
have.
know what that is.
'Cause your
Don't.
kids are older.
Yeah,
Don't Google
my
that.
youngest is 12 now, so
Yeah.
he thinks he's a YouTube. Yeah, he does have a YouTube channel. He like
He probably
goes on
has
and
more followers than we do.
I don't know.
Does he stream his gaming?
He doesn't stream live. I think
Okay.
he's done some shorts and some videos and posted them, but it hasn't. But we got him like one of those mics
mic.
for his dad.
Like
sits in his-
USB mic.
Is his name Dave?
No,
Hmm.
but it does start with a D. All of my boys, I named them all D. D
Okay.
names. So my
So
ol-
you have biggest D, next biggest D,
Yeah.
like medium size, large, extra large, and small.
we were gonna name all our girls by B's. I don't know why we chose B because my wife's first name is Kristen. It didn't even. There's no rhyme or reason. But then we were gonna name all our boys by D names, and we only had one girl. So Brielle's my oldest, and then my 3 boys. Dawson, incidentally, he's my oldest boy. I picked the name Dawson, and then found out it means son of David.
Oh, does it really?
Oh,
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
We're not fact checking that. That is
We're
is
not fact-
fact.
No,
That's
that
fact. We're
I
not even
found that
forever.
out. It's like or son of the beloved. You know it's
Oh,
And
yeah.
David means beloved.
Beloved of God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was like it was like cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's meant to be.
Yeah.
So. And then Dallin and Daxton. So I named them all. I mix them all up every day. Dax, especially Dax and Dallin, because they're little closer to age 14 and 12 or 15 and 12. No, he's turning 15 this, my 14. And so I mix their names up more than Dawson, mix Dawson up. But yeah.
It's fun. 4 kids. So
What
you
do you
work
do?
full time.
Yeah.
I work.
And sorry, you had a question.
What
you go.
do you do for fun?
What do I do for fun?
Yeah.
I'm kind of a hobby hop. I like to hop from one thing to another.
ADHD.
He hobbies around.
Yeah, I hobby around.
ADHD.
Years ago, I used to do airsoft till I fell and couldn't physically run around with a bunch of gear on me.
You did airsoft?
Yeah, and I used to do, like, in high school. I paintballed a lot.
Oh, yeah,
in high
yeah.
school, and then
It's a natural transition.
and then when I was married, I started airsofting in California, and then I tried to do it here in Utah. I even had like a tag name, Undertaker,
Yeah.
And then one day we were playing down in Utah County somewhere, and I hopped down this like 4-foot embankment, and all my gear was so heavy, I like lost my stumble and I fell, and I was like, oh, I can't do this anymore. And so I kind of went away from that.
Did you get hurt?
Or
was it just-
hurt? It didn't injure.
You weren't injured, but you were
Yeah.
hurt, and you were like, "What am I doing?"
And
That
yeah,
hurt.
it was one of those type of things. I was like,
How old were you?
at the time?
Yeah.
Go with 29.
Probably. I mean, it was several years into living here in Utah, so I had to have been probably 27, 28, 29, somewhere in there. I can't such blur those years.
So what did you hop to after airsoft?
I got really into hiking.
Okay.
For a few years. Then I still love the outdoors. I love to go camping, but I haven't in a couple of years. Since COVID, I really haven't gotten back out to camping and things like that. But I prior to COVID, I was doing some camping, backpacking.
Because everybody was out camping during COVID. They took all your spots.
They did. They really did.
Yeah.
So
What's your favorite hike here in Utah?
my favorite one that me and some friends did was I forget what the canyon was called, but it was part of the Bonneville Shoreline Trail, and it went from like the Ogden Canyon, or the canyon the one that is north of
Ben Lomond?
Yeah, it
So-
dropped into the backside of Ogden, like where Ogden High School is. You
Yeah.
know where that area is.
Oh yeah.
It might have been,
Like
but it
21st
started up, and we went through, and it was just beautiful up there. There was fresh vegetation, and I saw some fresh parsley growing. I was like, oh, look at this,
Found a fish, ate it.
Yeah. Me and my son did a backpacking trip when he was like 13, up in Wind Rivers. That was
Oh, cool.
so incredible.
How
Yeah.
many days were that?
We did like 5 or 6 days up there. So
Okay, so that's
it
like
was
a good
just
trip.
Yeah.
It was just my son, my brother-in-law, and my nephew.
Oh, so
And
that's
so
like
it
a
was the
good.
4 of us. We hiked in. We set up camp. We did just like topical graph or map, topical map guidance with like a compass.
So you did land navigation.
Yeah, we didn't have
Wow.
land navigation, nothing, and it was awesome. It was just so fun, and there was some clear cut trails, but then there were some areas where a lot of the trees had fallen because it had a really mild winter, so like the bugs had like killed a lot of the trees and they had fallen. So there was times where we were like wandering for hours, but then. Then we were like finding landmarks. That was the funnest thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like using the topical map and being like, that's sound.
Well, because it's
Oh,
like
I
a
need to
giant mystery
Shoot my
puzzle.
azimuth
Yeah.
this
And
degree.
then one of the hikes we went up to, we were almost like 11,000 feet high, and there was still snow.
Yeah.
And it was August.
It's
was
like
really
August. There's snow up
Yeah.
there.
And so we were walking over little glaciers and stuff, and we found a lake that was so secluded there wasn't even fish in it. There was like no life.
Well,
in
because
the
you're
lake.
too high.
Yeah.
You're above tree line.
It was wild. It was such a fun trip, and no no motorized vehicles were allowed up there.
Oh,
or
that's
anything.
awesome.
So it's super quiet.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really quiet, and you gotta walk around yelling, "Hey, bear!" So you didn't startle a bear around a corner and stuff.
So did you take bear bags and hang your
My
food and
brother-in-law
stuff?
had
Yeah.
a sidearm
Okay.
him, and I think he had bear spray too, but we never saw really.
As far as your food, you strung your backpacks up to keep them
Yeah.
up off the ground.
Kept them
Yeah.
up,
Yeah.
and we've done that several times. I went that time we went through Wind Rivers. Then like a year later, we went through the U.S. side. So there's two
Okay.
sides. There's like the Indian Native American Reservation side that you go in through the Wind River side, and then there's like the national park side that you can hike in through. We did that the next year, and that was also a blast. It wasn't quite as beautiful. Why it was not as great, but
The reservation was
reservation was just
beautiful.
amazing. It was just and then afterward we kind of broke into YMCA and showered, and we came at no it was crazy.
So you broke into the
It
YMCA.
was
Not
break
into
in.
song.
No,
They literally went to
we
it.
literally
Oh, I
walked
know.
around a closed YMCA and found a door that was unlocked. Went in and showered, and so we were
That's
just it was just
hilarious.
my brother-in-law.
Oh my
and,
gosh.
Like
and
you had
our
to turn
boy.
on the lights and everything.
Yeah, it was totally
So
closed.
it was like totally closed, and you just found.
We found an open door and went in and showered and changed, and then we got on the road
That's
home.
trespassing. That's
It-
a David thing, not
it
a
was-
Dave
That's
thing.
a
It was-
David thing.
It was definitely trespassing. And,
Oh my gosh.
but we didn't get caught, and then we went and had
I
like
mean, if you did, you would have been caught with your pants down.
literally we
bah.
had, but and then the next year we did similar thing, but after there was like a water park or something in a little
Oh,
town that we
okay.
went in and paid and actually showered in there.
I'm just like thinking about this. You're like, it says it's closed. I wonder if we go around and shake every door. Maybe they're not
I
like
bet we can
they're
get
maybe they're just closed.
No, we knew there was nobody there. There was not a car in sight. There's nothing. And we were
You
like,
really
let's see
needed
if
to
we
shower
could get
that
in
bad?
here. We stunk. It was terrible,
You
man.
couldn't make the drive home without a shower.
No, because we were, we had to drive all the way from what
Wind
is that?
Rivers?
Wyoming,
Yeah.
Wind Rivers.
Did you guys leave
and
like a note with $10 and you're like, thanks for leaving the
Nothing.
door open?
No.
No, they left.
My
like,
brother-in-law
they leave the
says he's
campsite,
done
leave
that
no
before
trace.
a number of times. He's like, we do this all the time. We always go to this YMCA and shower. So I just went along with it. I was like, all right,
That's hilarious.
He's like, sometimes their doors are all locked, but not everybody in the houses is like the
No.
neighborhood.
Yeah, oh yeah, we'll just
Like,
go to
honey,
this
I'm
house over
home.
Have you done any peaks in Utah?
here.
Like
Back
Mount,
No,
Mount
I have not
Timpanogos?
done Mount Timpanogos.
Really?
That's really pretty,
Yeah.
but it's too far south.
I've done Mount Timpanogos.
Have you?
Yeah.
Been a good one. I've heard
I-
it's a fun one, but
I took a hiking course in college because I needed 1 credit to get my 12 credit for my Pell Grant. And I was like, do you have any 1 credit classes? She's like, yeah, hiking class. I was like,
All right.
like half the semester.
So you did.
just went on a
You
hike.
did Temp
for-
Peak. What did they do as a day hike?
Not part of the college. I did that, but I did like Crimson
Okay.
Trail and like Wind Cave. I think they did the Brigham one. Like, it was basically like walk and don't touch anything.
Now, my
I said, can I pick up a pine cone? No, you cannot take a pine cone.
Leave no
just
trace.
leave
Like,
it as,
leave-
as
And I
is.
was like, what about the antlers? Like, they dropped them.
They don't.
They
need
don't
them.
need them
They don't
anymore.
need
They're
them.
gonna grow new ones.
What if somebody falls on them?
And they said,
Yeah.
well, you're ruining the hike for everyone else. So what happens if I walk far off the hike trail? So I'm like out of their sight. So I'm not ruining their view. I'm not taking any pine cones that people would want or rock. By the way, that was still no.
You
This was
can't-
on the quiz.
You can't go off on your. Oh, this is on a
Yeah,
quiz.
don't
They had
don't go off
written
the
tests.
trail.
I've,
Oh, they had all sorts of rules.
Oh,
I've
wow.
taken some pretty good 1 credit classes. I took a snowboarding class. I took a billiards class.
Well, billiards class. If they had had that, I would have done that because then I
Billiards
might
is
actually
awesome.
be decent at
at,
billiards.
at my wife's college, she went to Whittier College in California, and one of her classes was called Extraterrestrial Life.
What?
Yeah. It
How
was
to
just
get
like,
abducted.
I don't know exactly what it was all about, but
Oh
it
my
was
gosh.
like
Chapter
that
1,
was
how to get abducted.
it was a strange like that was a
An
requirement for-
accredited college course.
Yes, and she took it. I don't know what it was about. I don't think she did either.
I bet you they had frogs. And they were definitely
Extra-
probing.
Extraterrestrial.
I don't know. I
life.
think it was mostly talking about concepts and
Oh.
different things. Because she went.
Oh.
It
I
was a
thought we
very
were getting like real weird, like
no,
Area
it
51.
It was
for the,
like it was just like talking about like the possibility of life,
Of life on
beyond,
Mars,
you know, and that
or
type of stuff.
Europa.
It was a
Io.
very
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know how to put it. A very
philosophical.
the school was just it was odd. It was like a Division 3 nothing university.
Was it a
Okay.
for-profit like Stephen Henniger's type college?
Yeah, but it was like the only thing that Whittier College is really known for is their law school. They have a law school.
Oh,
that's
okay.
not even on the same campus, like a different. So they have a law school.
What did she
And-
go to school for?
She got a business degree,
Okay.
and so she got accredited business administration degree with an emphasis in accounting.
Okay.
But they had a lot of weird courses in between. She also played basketball at the college.
Okay.
Um,
that makes sense.
Is she tall? Also?
She's pretty tall. Yeah, she's close to 5'11".
That's tall.
Taller than
So
me.
your children,
My son,
Growing
who's
big?
going on his mission, is almost as tall as I am.
Wow.
Okay. so he'll be
Um,
taller when he gets home.
Probably. Both my wife and I grew 1 inch after high school, so we were figuring our kids still have hope.
I think I shrunk an inch.
my
after
daughter-
high school.
Shrunk.
My daughter plays college softball at a school in Indiana. She, for some reason, did not get the height. I don't know what happened.
Is she short?
No, she's 5'9", but
Yes.
I mean, that's tall for me.
so she's she's tall and perfect height for like a softball player, but not basketball. Where my wife and I both kind of grew up playing basketball. Both of our dads were our high school basketball coaches. Her dad was a girls coach. So yeah, we kind of grew up in basketball families, and she loves basketball, my daughter, but she just didn't have the height.
Yeah, that's tall enough for girls basketball. 5'9",
Not
point
Not in
guard.
college. Not in college.
Yeah, my wife was tall and she was a good basketball player, and she still had to go to, kind of a low tier college because one, the competition off the chart.
Probably pretty
so,
stiff.
But yeah.
So I when I was younger, I liked to play basketball a lot. And I remember church ball. This team shows up, and two of the guys are 6'6", and they both play professionally. Like one was in like Europe, the other one was like South America or Central America or something. So they're not like NBA professional, but they paid. They played. They got paid. And you're not supposed to go play church ball if you're.
That's
like,
what I thought.
It was like kind of a
Okay.
rule. So I look at our team and I say, "Listen, we are going to lose, but we're going to go down with a fight." So I go out there and I pop off like 6 threes in a row and I make them. And then they put one of those guys on me to guard me. And I was
you didn't
like,
score another.
They have
point.
like a professional coach too. He's
Yeah.
like reading the plays. And
they're
stuff.
like,
All right,
I mean,
we
like we're doing okay.
know within the first
I'm-
quarter
I'm
how
like-
we need to
I-
take care of
they
these guys.
figured it out.
I have like a pretty hot hand. I'm like doing pretty good, right? And so I'm sitting there, and the guy, and he has this huge like 50-foot wingspan, and he had his legs spread, and I bounced the ball between his legs. I went around him on the left, and I picked it up, and I went for a layup. And he freaking LeBron James swatted that off the backboard. They were so fast. They weren't like slow 6'6". Or, I mean, any people that were like 6'4" in church ball that like played, they're
Those-
just like slow and lumber. No, they're fast. Fast little buggers. I did not make another shot. Man, they didn't even have to jump, and they're like swatting my 3-pointers. It was just shut down for the rest of the game. And yeah, that was fun.
People crap on those European teams, but they're good. I have a niece that went professional basketball, but in Sweden, and she played at Utah State for 4 years and did amazing. played at Layton High School and was like undefeated. Her team was undefeated. And she went over there, and especially in girls basketball, they make more money overseas
Than they do here.
Yeah, not
in the WNBA.
In the WNBA. And so she went over there and played one season. I don't know how much she made. She probably made
Several chronos.
whatever it was.
Wait, where was she at?
She was in Sweden.
I don't think. Sorry
I
about
don't-
that. They're probably
Fact check that.
Bronx.
Something
Bronx.
over there. But whatever it was, she was able to come back, and she got married at that point, and it, had started having
Played
a baby.
professional. Okay.
Yeah, she
Cool.
was really good. My niece is 6 foot.
Oh wow.
She and her husband is 6'6", and their child, who's 8, like probably now, he's like in 5,
Oh my gosh.
giant baby.
It is
Really
a Corona.
This may
It is
come
it?
as a
It's a
surprise
Corona.
to you,
Yeah, I
but
wasn't
I
in-
don't have much basketball experience.
I bet you're good though.
I bet you like Filipinos are good at basketball.
You're fast. I bet
Yeah.
you're fast.
In the 6 foot under league.
It's a strategy.
6
I
foot
like.
under. There's a 6
6
foot.
Well,
foot
they have
under
like
league.
6 foot and under leagues, like to make it fun for shorter people.
One of the we talk about core memories.
Mhm.
A core memory of church ball for me. I got invited to play with some high school buddies, and this was after high school, so there was some guy from college there, and I don't know the story there, but I'm not good at basketball.
I'm not good. I'm great.
No,
I'm amazing.
no. That's one sport that I just have not. I don't have enough reps. I haven't
Yeah,
played
you don't
enough
have the
games
muscle
to-
memory.
right, and I don't.
I will
I
teach
don't
you
think
how to
it's
shoot.
strategy.
Do you know how to shoot?
Sure, I know how to shoot, but
Can you shoot
like
well?
it's meh.
Okay, we're gonna.
If I get some reps in, that's fine. But the strategy, right? Strategizing is not something that I've really got the concept
I
of with
too
basketball.
am not great at basketball. I love basketball. I love playing it.
Yeah.
But I would say my wife is a better basketball player than I did not succeed in basketball.
So one on one,
Is it because of like
probably
the
at
strategy?
at one point, yeah.
Okay.
I don't think either of us should run up and down a basketball court right now.
What about like
At
a
this
really
point in our
competitive game of horse?
She'd beat me.
Yeah, she's wily.
Especially if she went first. She has a great shot. Her dad is he's like in his 60s, and he still tries to get out there. He's shooting hoops in his Crocs, and he's still swishing it. And my wife got that talent. I didn't get the talent of shooting the ball. I can rebound it.
Like I
and
can
that's the only
dunk, and
talent.
that's it.
That was the only talent I had was rebound. And that
get the ball and pass it to someone that can shoot.
but you have to be well rounded in basketball to succeed. My wife was well rounded when it comes to basketball. Plus, like after high school, but it was like 3 months after high school, I destroyed my ankle playing basketball.
Oh,
I was in this backyard court and rolled it off the edge of a concrete pad. Why does that keep doing that? Oops.
You're wrapping
Sorry.
yourself up in the cord.
Damn, I'm getting crazy with it. So yeah,
like
I haven't
you're
played
you're twirling your hair.
the cords are all over. Again, I'm not used to these.
Yeah, there's tons of cords.
So
So a core memory for church ball. This guy, we were on the same team, but I made like an error pass, and the other team got it.
Yeah.
I remember like his reaction, very competitive. And I
Yeah,
was like, he's like, you gotta think, man. I'm like, sure, but I'm not here for competition. This is church ball, man. I'm like, I'm here for some exercise.
Yeah.
Not
You're
to
just
get
here to,
credit.
like, have
I'm here to have
fun.
fun
I shot at the wrong court in the 9th grade
at the wrong
on
court.
the wrong hoop.
the
Oh.
wrong hoop.
Yeah.
Man.
It's all relative.
So my fun story.
what
my mom,
half was it?
my mom was there. My dad was coaching the game, and there was like this pass on the sideline. Pass in. I get it, and I was like, "Oh, I'm open." Yeah. And I go to shoot it, and my dad's like, "No!" It was like slow
Yeah,
motion. And my mom's over on the sideline. Good job.
How old were you?
I didn't make it. I airballed
yeah.
it big time.
How
I
old
was
were
in the
you?
9th grade.
Ninth grade.
Yeah, it was.
I thought your teammate would come and like swat it,
no,
like defend the
like
net.
I was mid shot when I realized this is. Oh
Too
wait, this is the
easy.
wrong. And I totally airballed it, and that derailed my basketball career right there.
Wait, did you get the rebound? Were you just
No,
stacking
no.
your stats?
I threw it up, and
Like,
the
out
other
of
team
bounds?
saw what was happening. They went and got it, and then they scored. You know, it was like
Did you get an assist for
They're
that?
like-
I don't I don't know. My dad threw the clipboard down. Was like, "Ah."
Oh man.
It was bad.
Like, hey, you be more like Greg.
Yeah, my oldest brother Greg was a really good basketball player. My brother Greg is 6'6", and I'm the runt in the family. I'm the shortest of my brothers, and
I'm a midget among the giants.
and he was huge, muscular, and was played really well. And my next brother up, he also played. He wasn't quite as good as my oldest brother, but he was more brains than basketball. He's an anesthesiologist.
Oh, yeah.
He was
He's a
more.
professional.
He's a professional.
Make people go sleep.
you to
yeah,
sleep
make people
professionally.
sleep.
Put you to
And
sleep professional.
So his mind was more on academic and sports. Mine was on girls. Brother was more the sports guy. I played football as well in high school, but
What position?
I was tight end and defensive end.
You'd be a good tight end.
I really loved football, but the competition in California is really for any high school sports. I probably would have done great in baseball, but I wasn't a baseball player. So, because at my high school, anybody who went professional that was of my skin tone played baseball.
Of my skin.
Yeah, so,
That was the sport. If you
Yeah.
wanted to go pro, was
Yeah.
baseball.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I never played baseball. I maybe did some little league stuff when I was really young, but it ended really early.
It's competitive too.
Yeah.
I did some little league
It
baseball.
is, yeah.
Younger.
I played baseball in Russia.
Really?
Yeah.
In a league?
It was just like
Recreation league?
one. It was just
At
one,
the
one
embassy?
season. It was. We practiced during the winter and played games in the summer. I don't know.
Why were you in Russia?
His dad was a spy.
My dad was an accountant.
For the
Yeah.
for the-
you know,
KGB? Or what?
accountant.
He speaks 5 languages fluently.
Wow.
And he spied on the Russians before I was born
And he went back as an accountant.
as an accountant. It's complicated.
My dad worked in a warehouse.
As an accountant.
As an accountant.
No, my dad was a coach, but he couldn't afford to be a teacher, and that's what he wanted to be. So he was a teamster. He worked
Oh.
for like Ralph's and Food for Less, and what the closest thing would be like Albertson.
Yeah, Yeah.
Dave worked at a warehouse.
I did.
He worked at the Associated
Yeah,
Foods
I
Warehouse.
think anybody who was young enough that lived here in Utah worked at one point at Associated Foods.
Yeah.
For me, it was UPS in California. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
almost everybody I grew up with, all of my friends, we all like did a little stint at UPS,
At UPS.
Like a package handler and loading.
You
and
stick
stuff.
it out.
So,
Like, you can do pretty good there.
yeah,
Yeah, they've got good benefits.
Yeah, my-
packages,
I
too.
mean, they take care of their people. They
My-
do good work.
my
You can make a
brother-in-law,
career.
his career's been at UPS, and he's up in Logan, up there. It's a real tough go right now though, because the bigger competitors that used to use them, Big A,
Yeah.
they
A-hole.
yeah, they since they opened their newest warehouse that's close in his delivery area, they've been asking a lot of people to retire early.
Wow.
Because they've been using them for a long time, but then now they're doing their own deliveries, and it's
Yeah.
gotten even
Yeah.
bigger, and and it's really put a tight grip on. Yeah,
I saw a
Wonder if-
delivery video, and I don't know what truck it was, but it's like their camera just pointing in, and the dude gets up, the guy who's not driving, so shotgun. He gets up and he like grabs something, and then he goes to sit back down, but the seat flipped back up, and so he falls, and the door's open, and he just tumbles out of the
falls
movie.
out of the.
Yeah,
Jeez.
it was like,
oh my,
well, watch that again. I mean, the least I can do is help pay his medical bills by watching this video and sharing with my friends.
Sure.
Yeah, hopefully it's on his page.
Yeah. Hopefully he gets
Somebody-
he needs
somebody
to
else is
monetize
getting
that.
rich.
Someone else.
Yeah, you can
Someone
see
else
this,
monetizing.
like the look on his face, like, oh, sure. It's, I'm like that. That feels like a bad design.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
while the car's running, that spring. I don't know.
I've been hit by a car. Yeah, that's it. I don't.
The
The
end of
end
story.
was it intentional?
Was it intentional? Did the car intend to hit me?
Yes.
Which time?
Was it after?
Was this an X?
No, it was not an X. No, I was young. I was riding my bike home from school, and I was passing a driveway, and this old lady stopped. We saw each other. We stopped at the same time, and then we started going at the same time, and she backed into me, knocked me over.
My wife, thankfully, no casualties. My wife hit 2 children
Oh my gosh!
Ooh.
outside of the elementary, but
Like
that she
at
was-
the same time or two separate incidents?
they were at the same exact moment.
Oh.
These 2 brothers ran out in front of her car
Gosh.
and they bounced off the car
Yeah.
and then hopped up and they were fine.
How fast was she going?
She was going probably 20.
yeah.
so
I mean,
not very
like,
fast.
it's not
Less
super
than-
fast,
yeah.
but
Not super fast, but they ran out from a sidewalk to their neighborhood right in front of her car and just so fast they just went bloop and just got flung into the gravel on the side of the road.
Ooh, okay.
And
they knew they were in trouble.
they thought they were in trouble.
Well, because they crossed without looking. Like,
And my wife felt terrible. And then I'm getting calls at work, like from my daughter, or I think it was my daughter or my son saying, "Mom hit kids." I was like, "Oh my gosh, she's going to jail." Thankfully, these kids were not hurt one
Yeah.
bit. Our car, our van, the bumper was dented and the headlight was broken.
What? How hard did she hit these kids?
I don't know.
Which kid?
Either
Like,
either
hip
our
like a
car.
rock.
Kid's
She
got
said they just
thick bones.
They ran out and bloop into the gravel,
Just bounced
and
off.
they were fine. And they're friends with my kids now. To this day, they're friends
Dude,
with my
Remember
son.
that time your mom hit me? That was good.
Yeah, my almost 15-year-old son goes to school and hangs out with one of the 2 boys. It was him and his little brother that got.
I got hit.
See,
Oh my gosh.
what really
Yeah.
happened is these kids were bullying your son, and then that stopped. As soon as
Maybe.
your wife
Suddenly,
hit them.
all of that
and she's
bullying
like,
ended.
"It was just an accident." No, Mama Bear took care of the problem.
And like
That's the story I'm spreading now. Rumor. Fact check that.
And they were
Fact
like being watched by their grandma. Their grandma was down the street, and she was like walking down the street, and so she just kind of like gathered them up. Oh, they're all right. All right. And they all went on their way.
because Grandma
and-
knew
See,
she was in
they're
trouble
fine.
too.
Yeah, they crossed the street in where
They
they
just
should
ran.
have. They
Yeah,
just
sure.
ran out. Boop. And luckily, it was still in the school zone, so she wasn't going 40
yeah.
on the street because
Yeah.
like 30 feet ahead of her was a 40 zone. So she
Oh.
could have.
It could have been a lot worse.
That would have been the worst thing on earth. And luckily, they didn't get injured one bit. Maybe some minor scrape bumps, but I think that was from hitting the gravel after they bounced
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
That'd have been a
So-
Cybertruck. Nothing bounces off the Cybertruck.
No, it was like our.
It has no give.
Thank goodness it was like we had Nissan Quest vans, and they're
Oh, okay.
like super light.
Yeah.
And that's probably why it dented. The car probably took the blunt end of the
It's
deal.
designed.
you know?
It's designed to like crumple.
Yeah, probably they're
Um,
made of aluminum, light aluminum foil.
Made from
Aluminum
hopes and
foil.
dreams.
Yeah.
I was riding a bicycle when I was 16 years old, and I also had a car accident.
Oh.
But there's something wrong with my shifter, and I like looked down at it, and I'm like trying to figure out what's going on, and the next thing I knew, I was on the back of a car.
Who hasn't ran into a parked
It was
car
a
though?
parked car, and I'm like laid out on this, and I look over, and there's a cop, and he just drives by and laughs. I was like, I deserve this.
I think I think I have a memory of running into a parked car one time on a bike too. I can't remember when. It might have been on my mission, but that
It might have been last week.
might have been. I that's feels real familiar, but yeah, I don't know.
It's funny. So when I got hit by this car, my older brother was with me,
Okay,
and
you're not the kids that my wife hit, right?
no,
No, just kidding.
no, he didn't get hit.
Okay.
But when I pulled myself out from under the car, I think I had
You
mud
went
or something.
under?
Yeah, I was under it.
Oh,
How many times you been hit by a car?
No, this is the one time.
Same one.
Oh, the
Oh.
one time, the old lady.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the old lady that hit me. I had mud or something on my shin.
Yeah.
And my older brother thought. So he rode his bike the rest of the way home. It was probably like 2 miles away. Rode his bike the rest of the way home as fast as he could to get my mom. And
He's dead.
this was on State Street in Sandy.
Oh, whoa.
So before it was this
Before
before
it
it
got
got real
busier.
busy.
Yeah.
But like traffic stopped. They were like, "Are you okay?" This old lady was like having a heart attack. She thought she killed me because I disappeared from her rearview mirror. Like she bumped into me and I was
Wouldn't
gone.
Going under, that's the scary part.
Yeah.
That's when kids
Yeah.
die. That's
I mean, like the backup cameras and everything that
I
we have
was-
now is like
Yeah.
really quite amazing.
yeah.
I mean, just how much it helps to
Yeah.
just be able to look.
To be aware.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was right between the tires. So it was couldn't have been, as far as accidents go, couldn't have been a better situation. So
Yeah.
You're like, your muffler looks a little loose. It was that
Let me
way.
change your
before.
oil while I'm under
I got
here.
a good view
You
of that.
really should
like-
like cut back on the salt.
I was in fifth
Like-
grade. When that
Fifth
happened.
grade?
Fifth grade.
Is this one of the first head injuries?
No, I did not have a head injury from this.
Because
That he can remember.
yeah.
Yeah, now
Pretty
things
sure.
are getting fuzzy. Maybe I'm making some stuff up.
How
I
did
don't
you
know.
end up getting hit by a car and underneath it and not hit
And
your
not
head?
getting-
That's amazing.
I didn't-
You're meant for good things, or at least your children are.
Yeah,
I figure
it's-
at some point in a generation, like if
There's going to be something.
there's got to be some reason why.
yeah.
Like my son that's going on his mission had a brain tumor when he was 18
Oh,
months
wow.
old,
Wow, that's young.
and it was like we were like he was spared for a reason. We don't know what that reason is yet, but it might be a generation down.
Could be,
Maybe
yeah.
that's the same thing.
That's
Maybe
probably it.
maybe
my
your kids
one of
are
my
gonna
kids or
invent
my
something
grandkids.
amazing.
Yeah.
Grandkids are gonna change the world, and I figured that's got to be the reason why he was spared. Is there was a reason.
Yeah.
Not his time yet.
I have had multiple close calls. I think I didn't share this, but when she and I we'd been married for 2 months in August. So 2 months after we got married, her family had a family reunion right next to the Weber River, and they had canoes and tubes and stuff. I was like, I'm just gonna throw on a life jacket and float. But there was a fall. It was like 4 feet, and I'm like,
Which isn't that big.
It's not that big.
But it
But I was
can
like,
get
what
crazy.
But when there's
Er,
rapid,
are there rocks? Like, I don't know what's at the bottom of this, so I want to check it out. I throw on my life jacket and I stick my feet in, and the current sucked me in.
Yeah, and you can get caught.
I got caught. I don't know how long. It felt like forever. I was fighting, and every time I came up with enough time to catch a little breath, like I could see more people from the family were there, like trying to get me out.
Yeah.
Like her grandpa's
So
like
scary,
trying to
dude.
stick a stick out so I can grab it, and I'm reaching for it, and I can't catch my breath, and
that is so scary.
it
Drowning,
was
not
terrifying.
fun.
Yeah,
There's been many times where I've had scares, but in the ocean.
oh my gosh,
I don't like the ocean
yeah,
anymore. Like there was a time when I went body surfing or boogie boarding at one of the beaches in Southern California, and I got folded in half.
Oh,
like
gosh.
the wave crash, and I, come to find out that I don't know if that was the time, but like a few years ago, I hurt my back and my lower back. They pointed out a place on my back that I had broken at some point in my life.
like you had a fractured
I had
vertebrae.
a fractured vertebrae, and they were like, "Oh, you must have had this broken this." I was like, I had no idea I broke my back. Like there was so many instances like that, like where like I got hurt on a wave.
Could have been
I
jumping
got
into
pulled
a ditch.
I got pulled into an undertow in Laguna Beach
Ooh.
when I was younger, and just because I was young and healthy and could swim, I swam for like I swear it felt like hours, but it was probably only like 5 minutes.
To
And I
get
was like
back
a
to the
mile
beach.
and a
Oh
half
my
down
gosh.
the beach, and
Jeez.
I just don't like the ocean anymore. It's so unpredictable,
Yeah.
and rapids are the same. It's
Yeah.
like you
Yep.
don't know what to expect and how deep it might.
Yeah. It was deep. I couldn't touch the bottom even when I was under. It was deep.
Lava hot spring. I just went down in a tube by myself, and like everybody else, and like I mean, it was only like, I don't know, 3 feet deep. But like I flipped, and I'm like, I'm gonna hit my head.
Water,
Yeah.
so
It's gonna be the
scary.
end.
I like still lakes now. That's the.
Yeah.
I don't even like going on a boat anymore. Like I went to Bear Lake with my wife's family. We do it every year. We go to Bear Lake. Everybody goes out on like the boat and the sea-doos, and I'm like, I'll just be here on the beach. See you guys.
Just
I don't
go
even
chill.
like doing that anymore. Water
Man.
is so scary to me. And where I'm a funeral director, I see a lot of different
Oh,
deaths, different causes of death.
Yeah.
And it's put me in such a fear mode, like for my own self, even for my kids too. Like I worry about certain situations. So I won't get on a motorcycle. I know you like like.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
I won't get on a motorcycle. I try to avoid the water the most I can. I'll still do it, but I'm very cautious when it comes to that stuff because it's so scary. Water's.
Yeah.
I'm not like overly fearful of it, but I'm cautious of it.
Yeah.
going to
I-
like a family, like the rec centers, those pools and stuff.
Those are
Like,
okay,
those
but
are-
shallow end.
Yeah.
I'm a
The
good
lazy
swimmer.
river.
I'm a really good swimmer, and I think that's the only thing that saved me throughout my life is I'm a really
Being able to
decent,
swim.
and my kids are really good swimmers. I made a like a very strong point to make sure my kids swim. And they do really. But still, you could be a great swimmer,
Yeah.
scuba, whatever,
Yeah.
and you can still drown.
Yeah.
Drowning is the scariest thing to me. And
Yeah. That instance where I was in the river, I couldn't fight it anymore. Gave up.
Did you just pop out?
Yeah, and I think, thinking back on it, I think me trying to fight it was probably the worst thing I could have done. I should have just like relaxed, caught my breath when I could, and let the current do its thing, and I would end up.
You'd
getting pushed out.
eventually
Because what
probably
happened,
bobbed
I was
out.
trying to fight to the shore, to the bank, and I think it was trying to pull me farther in
to the calmer
to
area.
yes. And so when I finally gave up, and I just like relaxed and was like, well, this is it. And it's what I felt like. Like I was just like, I'm done. And
There's Sheena
came up.
slapping you in the face. You're not dying yet.
Was,
You're not. Don't you dare.
I
Who's
was
gonna
so-
take
I
the
was
garbage
so,
out?
Like, I don't know how much water I swallowed or what, but
Ooh. Did you
like-
cough it up?
I threw up right
Oh.
after.
You're lucky you didn't have that. What is that called? Secondary or there's like a secondary drowning. Have you ever heard of that?
Oh.
Where you almost drown but you don't drown, and then you go to sleep that night and
Oh no!
you can die.
Oh my gosh!
Because there's water
secondary-
in your lungs.
Yeah. You're still you survive it, but then you go to sleep and you almost drown. And
Oh my gosh!
I forget what it's called, like secondary drowning. There's a term.
Okay,
But-
fact check.
But yeah, look it up.
There's a fact check.
Hey, we're fact checking
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Very
Look
fast.
it up.
I gave
it
up,
mostly
and I
it
get
mostly
pushed out.
happens to children.
Yeah. Oh my
but
gosh, that's so terrifying.
yeah, my wife brings it up all the time, but I forget what it's called. But it's something like secondary drowning.
I could see it happening to kids
Yeah.
easily because, especially when they get a little bit of confidence in the water and they're
Yeah.
like not using a life jacket.
It's called secondary drowning, but it's also called dry drown.
Dry
Oh,
drowning.
dry drowning.
There you
Yep,
go.
I've heard that
Yeah.
term. Yeah.
Actually, I googled dry drown because I was like, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
And it pulled up. Also, no, second.
I have another ocean story. This is more comical.
Okay.
My friends and I went to, I can't remember what beach, some beach in Southern California after high school. It was like a senior trip. we all just went and went to the beach. And one of my buddies, he starts leaving. Like, we were just body surfing, and he leaves the water randomly. I'm like, where are you going? So I started following him, and I feel this sudden jolt in my abdomen from the jellyfish.
I was about to say
Shut up.
jellyfish.
I've never been stung by a jellyfish.
Oh my gosh.
Was it bad?
It was, the initial shock was bad.
Did
It did feel like you're being shocked
Yeah.
from
Wow.
the stingers. And then, like, I was walking out, and the current, the undertow or whatever, pulled it into me. And so it was like pressed up against me, and I grabbed it and I threw it off because that was the initial reaction. I'm just like, I gotta get rid of this.
The sea
chuck it
booger.
off.
And then the next thing you know, your friends are all peeing on you.
That's what I was about to ask. Like, and they're like,
So-
they just start peeing on you. You're like, no, that doesn't work. That's an urban legend. Nope, we must pee on you.
This is
I'm
must
sure
be
that-
done.
I'm
It's
sure
an
they wanted
initiation.
to. I'm sure they wanted
Couldn't
to.
fact check back then. You just did. You know.
I think it's safer
I was-
to pee
I was-
and to question later.
I lived in a time like I forget how old you are.
I'm just a little over 40.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
we're
so we're
about
pretty
we're
close.
all
I'm
about-
44.
We're all
I'm
pretty
40.
close.
I'm 43.
Yeah, so
So-
we're all pretty
Listen,
close.
we
to
we're
all,
all
we
pretty
all
good.
watch Transformers.
So we lived in an age before fact checking.
Yes. Before you
No,
could just
so-
look it up
Yeah,
on your
you
phone.
couldn't look it up on your phone. You had to find an Encyclopedia Britannica
Yep.
and
Well,
figure it
like,
out.
how many things do you perpetuate from your childhood that you're like, oh yeah, blah blah blah.
Oh, all the
My
time.
wife calls me out on it. She's like, actually, that's not true.
Like,
I was like,
no.
But that's
My
what
whole
my
life-
dad said.
My whole life, I've known this to be true.
and there's so many things
Yeah.
that I'm like, I should probably double check that. Like,
Yeah.
where did I know this
Maybe
from?
I don't know.
My childhood.
I've probably quoted so many things that are not true because that's what I was told as a kid.
Yep.
Like, and then like nowadays, like I hear my mom tell stories. I was like, that's necessarily true.
Yeah.
Mom, I'm sorry, but I think things have changed.
You fact check your parents, and
No,
they're
it's
like,
like-
they're like,
no.
I
You're
fact check
wrong.
my mom. She doesn't like.
No. But my mom just like says random stories about my childhood. I'm like,
No.
I don't even know if that's true
Yeah.
about me. Like, that's not really what happened. Like, what is? I don't even need to fact check. I just have a memory of it, and it's like, no, that's not right, Mom. I don't.
I think parents forget.
Yeah.
They forget.
Well, I think that because when you remember something, you're actually just remembering.
Yeah.
And it's like a hard drive rewrite every single time. So as you get older, you tell these stories, and it slowly morphs. It big fish effect, right?
Yep.
It's like
Yeah.
the telephone thing.
Yeah.
It's like your telephone with yourself and your brain is keep
It just
telling
keeps
a different
rewriting.
story each time.
I think I have a pretty vivid memory of jellyfish stuff.
Yeah.
How
Here's what-
did it feel?
It felt so. I have been tased before. Also, I don't know if I've told
Was
you
this
this.
before or after?
I've been
This was
electrocuted
after.
And where are
almost
you
once.
streaking at
This-
the time of this tasing?
There was no shrinking involved with tasing. This tasing happened years after the jellyfish.
Independent of streak.
Yes, these were all independent events.
There could be a Venn diagram.
There's some
But the
overlap.
feeling-
There's some overlap, buddy.
David. David.
Right in the middle there.
The sensation of being stung by a jellyfish did feel similar to being tased. So there's some overlap there, I guess. But
So you
I
liked
get out-
it.
no,
You're
No.
into it.
no.
It
I
depends
can
on-
neither confirm nor deny.
The jellyfish did not know my safety word. I felt violated.
So that's funny that you say that because we went to the lifeguard after, and the lifeguard's like, I was like, I just got stung by a jellyfish, and he looks down on my belly, and he's like, "Should you hump the thing?"
Yeah.
Like, no, the opposite, man.
I
Oh
was
my
on the
gosh.
bottom.
It
I was on the
violated
bottom.
me.
You
No.
jumped on me.
It violated me. He's like, man, that's a good one. Usually people get like
On their leg.
nicked on
or
their
something.
ankle or
Yeah.
something, and they come limping up, like whining. And then right as he says this, one of our friends comes up limping because he got hit on the heel by a jellyfish.
Oh, just on the heel?
Yeah. But he had some like, it's like vinegar and water and just sprayed me down with it. and
I
it swelled
thought
me
he'd
down
be
pretty
like,
quick.
okay, I'm going to have to pee on this. And then you're like, Are
Ju-
you a real
Like,
lifeguard?
just from the tower.
Where'd
He's
you
just
be?
from above,
just sit still.
and he's like a shower. You're just,
He's like, you're out of my range. Move forward a little bit. Right. Now close your eyes.
Yeah, we need to wrap up.
Okay, here's my question. What's one thing that you wanted to talk about when you knew that you'd be coming podcast?
I honestly did not know what to. I purposely did not anticipate anything, and I did not prepare anything for that very. Like I was like, I want to go into this raw, and so I was not. I had
I'm
nothing.
glad you used the word raw to describe your preferred podcasting style.
Because I've watched podcasts, I've watched YouTube videos, of people that talk into mics, and
That's really all this is.
all I know is that sometimes they just talk about random things, and so I didn't want to come in expecting anything,
Okay.
or prepared for anything.
So you don't have like your G.I. Joe words of wisdom, and now you know.
Now you know. And
No.
knowing is half the battle.
Yeah, G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
I think I was more of a G.I. Joe guy than a Ninja Turtle guy. Were you a Ninja Turtle?
I was Ninja Turtle guy.
figures?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
Ninja
I
Turtle.
mean, I was.
well,
both.
I had four brothers.
I
There
couldn't
were four
afford the
brothers,
Ninja
so-
Turtle toys. There was a neighbor with the Ninja Turtle toys.
Ours
I
are all
only had
hand-me-downs.
a neighbor. You mean somebody across town?
kids. Yeah. Well, no, this was in.
ghetto.
This was on my street.
Ghetto,
There
Ontario.
was- no,
Okay.
there was one kid. He had the Ninja Turtle. And I was like, oh, those are cool.
Yeah, I had a friend that had the Ninja Turtle van
Yeah, that was
with
cool,
the pizza.
man. I was
the
always
pizza shooter thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep. I remember
shot
that.
the.
Remember when toys had lead in them and
Yeah.
it's good days.
Those were the good days.
They don't
G.I.
make them like
Joes.
they used to.
GI Joes, their bodies moved every which way.
Yep. Yeah.
Those were the good.
Now you can print those things.
Can you?
Yeah.
3D
If you have a
print.
3D printer.
If you have a 3D printer.
I do not. I
Or
don't
know
have. I don't even
somebody.
own a laptop.
Are you serious?
I use one at work or what. My wife's got a laptop. My kids have their school laptops. We have a desktop that doesn't get touched. I don't.
Okay.
Oh.
That's right. Yeah. That makes. I do have a question. And here
Okay,
I'm going
this
to
is the
ask.
last one.
For me?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm asking this because I know I did it once with one of the other directors.
Yeah.
And I won't name.
A funeral director?
Yes.
Not
Okay.
named Dave.
One of the directors at Russell's.
Okay.
We were pretty hungry.
Okay.
And after we had made the call
Uh-huh.
and acquired the body,
Yeah.
we went through the drive-through at like Apollo or something, like 11 o'clock at night because we were both starving.
You sure
you-
that wasn't me?
I think it was Matt.
Oh, was it?
I think so, but
Okay.
maybe was it you? Did we do that?
I
Have you
feel
done
like
that?
we done that. Yeah.
I thought you weren't
Okay.
going to say names, and you literally just said Matt.
Eh, That's okay.
All
He didn't
names
say a
have been
last name.
changed.
I didn't say a last name.
Was it McMahon?
I'll let you.
I have needed.
You have
to
done that?
eat- I have needed to eat something while a body was in the vehicle. It was out of necessity. I was probably going on like 12, 13 hours, and I was
probably us.
freaking hard.
Yeah.
I was hungry, and so yeah,
Well, is
I
there
have-
anything against like protocol, or is this just kind of like
it's more.
kind
more
of
of a
ethically
respect.
respect? But then you also can't just leave the body and go in and eat.
No, you.
That's rude too.
You would. I've only been through drive-throughs.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have left a body in like a van while I go and eat. It would be just a quick bite.
Yeah.
Grabbing a
Grab and
bite
go.
to eat just to get something. I've stopped at gas stations when I needed gas and run in
Need
and
an
grab a
energy
soda
drink.
or an energy
Yeah.
drink. Sometimes you need to do those type of things. It's not out of disrespect. It's just out of necessity.
Yeah.
And
I mean, we're humans. We need food. We need sleep. We need.
it's
like,
not like that
fuel.
old image like from like 5 years ago where the body was in a hearse in a Dunkin' Donuts parking lot.
Oh.
It was like back east. Somebody took a picture of
Oh my
of a
gosh.
hearse with a casket in the back, and there was nobody. It was parked in the Dunkin' Donuts parking lot, and it was like back east.
It was
Oh my
booted. It
gosh.
had been there for like 12 hours.
like nothing like that. You
Okay.
know, but
Just run through the drive-through.
yeah,
Okay, so you have done that, and it
Yeah.
probably was with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was probably the same
Here's
night
the
we took a
thing.
nap. And
Probably.
What I'm hearing is you guys might have done this multiple times with multiple other people, and you just can't remember if you two did it
Yep.
together.
exactly.
That sounds wrong out of context.
Yeah. Now the
Phrasing.
Context is
working
important.
while we were working.
While working. While
Uh,
working.
You did it with a bunch of other people, but you don't remember if you did it
Yeah.
together.
You know, we always had masks on. Just kidding.
That was so 5 years ago.
Oh, man. Yeah, we should probably wrap up. This has been fun.
Yeah, this has been a blast. Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you,
Awesome.
Dave M.
Dave M.
Dave,
I am since my dad passed away a few years ago, I am one of the only David Miliuses in
in the country.
In the country.
maybe even
Maybe
in the
world.
world. There's not very many people with my last name.
Milius, where's
Yeah.
it from?
It is from Prussia, so Eastern
Prussia.
Germany.
Yeah.
So Prussia does not exist anymore. But prior to that, it was spelled Mylius, and then when in Prussia there was two parts. That some were from like another part of Eastern Europe. That was Mylus, Mylius,
IUS.
and then when it was in Prussia, it was Mili.
It feels Slavic to me.
It might be from somewhere else, but I know my family's background
From Prussia.
from Prussia. The generations that through my family stuff go back as far as like 1600s in Prussia and Europe. But definitely a lot of my ancestors were born in Prussia when it was in it.
Yeah, before Russia took the name.
Or
Feels
if it-
weird.
it's
Prussia,
kind of-
Russia.
Yeah.
I think Prussia was kind of like absorbed by partially Poland and partially Germany or something.
Okay.
Russia
Yeah.
rebranded and
They
Yeah.
rebrand.
They were like, "You get rid of that name.
Get rid of the P.
They sued them for the name. They're like,
like now that we've taken you over, we're taking your name and leaving. You're no longer Prussian.
no longer.
We're from David to Dave, from
Mm.
Prussia to Russia.
All right. I'm going to ask.
Okay.
Parting words for any other Daves.
Like
Yeah.
suggestions on my part.
Yeah.
I think that there's another funeral director that I know. His name is David Bartholomew.
Oh,
He works at McDougal Funeral Home. He's a really good friend of mine.
okay.
He does live down in Salt Lake. He'd be a fun one to have on. He is married to David Archuleta's mom.
Really?
Yeah.
So maybe we can get David Archuleta on too.
Yeah. So
Be one step
Dude,
closer to
one
Dave
step-
Chappelle.
yeah,
Yes.
one step closer to David Archuleta or to
Dave Chappelle.
Chappelle.
Yep.
We're
But-
interviewing our way. We're going through Dave's until we get to Dave Chappelle.
We're
Yeah.
reaching out.
And hey, David Archuleta might be that next step, dude.
Never thought about that.
Let's see. I don't know how much
He's a
it
good
costs to
kid.
have him on.
Yeah, I don't know either, but I've met him in person.
Yeah, he's a nice
good
guy.
kid, yeah.
Good. He seems like a nice guy.
Mom's really nice, and she's married to this other Dave Ball,
Dave Bartholomew.
which he's really awesome. I really like him. I've worked with him in the past. He works at a funeral, another funeral down in
You
Salt
said
Lake.
this Dave is married
to David Archuleta's mother.
So he's not David Archuleta. He's his stepdad.
He's his stepdad.
Oh.
So David Archuleta's parents are no longer together, and this David that I know, Dave, he's married to.
For how long?
It's been probably a solid 10, 11 years.
Okay.
So they've been married a long time. One of his longest marriages.
One of his longest.
Yeah, he's
marriage.
been married 5
more-
times.
Wow, 5 times.
No,
Hey.
we need David B on to explain this.
Yes, I
yeah.
would strongly suggest
Can you put us in contact
I
with
will
him?
put you in contact with him.
Okay.
Okay.
Because his
Awesome.
initials will spell mob.
Mom
Yeah.
Mob.
or Bam. Bomb.
Okay, I don't know how
Bomb.
you pronounce
Bam.
an O.
Bomb.
Bam. Bam.
I wanted to spell Bam.
So,
I'm changing my name to Owen.
I mean, that's what you were saying when the jellyfish hit you.
Owen. Owen.
so yeah, I'll put you in touch. I got his number on my phone.
Okay, sounds good. We'll
Okay,
be
we're
in touch.
looking forward to David B.
David B. Dave
B.
Bartholomew.
It's a call out.
We'll be in touch. And let's close this out.
Yeah.
I mean, I think our official outro is
we can be bought.
we can be bought.
Can be
Thanks
bought.
for listening.
Join us next time on the Days of Our Lives.